Oh, yeah, absolutely. Those two guys, legends, legends of StarCraft 2, certainly the case. But I think I'm most excited to see SHIN here. Last event, he just kind of, demolished the field. So we'll see how he does here today.
Yeah. And taking on SHIN in the upper left, it's going to be Creator.
And in the bottom right of Whispers of Gold, it is SHIN, formerly known as Ragnarok. He changed his name to SHIN. He's on a heater the last 6 months. He
Yeah,
looks so good, man.
he has been looking phenomenal. I'm really happy that we actually have Shin to play in these events. But, like, I must have probably invited him to like half a dozen events, in the like a few years ago, and he, I think he was like a night owl or something, so he didn't want to get up early enough to
Uh-huh.
play in the events. But now he's actually said yes to like the past like four or something that we've invited him to, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And it just so happens to coincide with how good a player is with like how many events it seems they're willing to play in. So Shin's playing in lots of events and he's playing really well. I think that tournament practice thing might be catching up with Maru a little bit, because he never plays in tournaments and he's not looking that good these days, whereas he's dropping series and losing tournaments to the guys that are playing and grinding these online cups. So I think they
Right.
definitely help.
Absolutely. What's up, Dollar Veal Patty in the chat? Falcon Paladin subscriber. They were there at the Brood War stream. They were there at the Starcraft stream, Starcraft 2 stream, and now they're here at the live stream with LaughNgamez. Thanks for showing up, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that is some
And
passion.
yeah,
Welcome,
I
welcome.
know. Seriously, such passion. All right, so Overlord scouting here. It's not a Nexus first, based on the timing of the gateway and the cybernetics core. So just going to go ahead and perch on the Overlord perching spot. The probe says, hey, this is not an early aggression build. So hey, nice.
Yeah,
Phoenix says $10 for a nuke. No Terran in this matchup, but ByuN is here, so we will see.
if you guys have any feedback regarding the audio or anything like that, feel free to let me know. Windows settings are always getting messed up a little bit. So if you have any feedback, do let me know.
Yeah, they're always changing.
They are
On their own. It's very sad.
It's really weird. I watch quite a bit of movies and TV shows on Plex on the Windows app, but for some reason the Windows app is super quiet. And so I have to up my Windows volume just so I can like hear Plex. But then that
it's,
messes
like,
with
too
all
loud
my
for other stuff.
Yeah, so then I have to like turn all those down and it's just a whole ordeal.
Yeah, Phoenix
Anyway.
says you could probably turn us up a little bit, he says. And John Solo's here as well. What's up, John Solo?
Okay, I did turn you guys up a little bit. I'll turn everyone else up a little bit more. So thank you,
good.
thank you for that feedback.
Yeah, and very nice feedback too. Very well put and polite. We appreciate that. All right, man. So Creator's gonna have his work cut out because Shin again is playing so very, very well here today. Third base coming up. We've got two Adepts marching, and where did they go? Did they just
The
Like
disappearing
at the fourth
Adept Act.
yeah.
Okay, wow, the Oracle gets in and it gets 4 drones. That is a really nice opening for an Oracle.
Yeah, I mean, that's way better than expected, opening PvZ against somebody as good as Shin right now. So Creator carving himself an early lead here in this PvZ of our best of 5.
Yeah, so Creator, he opened up with an Oracle. Now he's got a Void Ray and is going for a second Oracle behind this. So he wants to kill the Overlords, have that Void Ray as a defensive tool, which I think is very wise against a player that can be aggressive with things like roaches, as Shin tends to do. He grabs that Overlord, supply block Shin, who's now building 4 Overlords. So really a great start for the Blue Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to slow the Zerg player down, which you do, this is the best way to do it. Oracles killing the drones, Void Rays killing Overlords, and having to replace the Overlords as Shin and 2 Oracles. Yeah, so, Yeah, 2 queens and a spore can deflect 2 oracles, so that's why he just pushed back there. The scouting with these lings.
Yeah, that is a really nice opening from Creator, though. He tries to get 2 creep tumors, only ends up getting 1 for the cost of a revelation. Protoss players can be a bit freer with the Oracle spells and energy, since they can't always recharge them in this day and age. Adepts are doing a good job cleaning up those creep tumors, although one of them does stay alive, so another revelation will have to be used. But as I said, they're a little bit cheaper than they were. Oracles and Void Ray are going to save the Adepts, maybe? It looks like one of the Oracles actually goes down, and the Void Ray and the Oracle are not even going to be able to kill one of the queens, so that was a little bit painful for Creator. He lost the Adepts, he lost an Oracle, and it cost Shin a couple of lings. That's it.
Yeah, that was a great trade from Shin. Both Adepts go down. Everything is A-OK here in Shin's side of the map. Hit that follow button, you guys. We've got 64 followers for LaughNgamez and 100+ people watching. So hit that follow. Check out the match arena link in the chat. You can claim the claim code button twice, and that just puts money in the players' pockets. It doesn't go to us, it goes to the players' pockets, so that they will be more interested in joining another SOOP live.
Yeah, hit those buttons, guys.
Yeah.
SOOP /Afrika has been supporting these events for a very long time now. Hold the phone. Lings try and just bypass the army of Creator, but Shin seems a little indecisive there, as yeah, it looked like he was going for the surround on that army for a second, and then he just kept on running.
Yeah, that was interesting. I feel like, you know, against a Zealot Immortal Sentry army, getting a jump on that seems like it'd be pretty awesome. So I don't know what that was. I don't know what like spooked him so much that he didn't try to kill anything there or go for a run by into the natural base. He just kind of ran around, lost a bunch of lings, and then went home. So I don't feel good about that. Roach is getting popped now. Leroy Constitution on the way here, +1 missile attack as well. And range for Hydralisks. So it's a Roach Hydra opening here with a Dropper Lord.
Yeah, and Creator is lacking a little bit of he's lacking a little bit of AoE right now. He's building up into this Zealot, Immortal, even adding in an Archon composition, but as far as stuff that's good against Roaches and Hydras, he's kind of lacking. He's making a Colossus right now. He's actually supply blocked, so he's not building the second one out of the second Robo he built, and it looks like Shin is going for some aggression right now. Creator elects to activate his Oracle's Pulsar Beam to try and kill the 4th hatchery of the Zerg, because I guess he figures the Queens may be marching, however they're actually not. And Shin is just coming forward with his Hydras, Roaches, and Ravagers. This may be a tough hold for Creator. Those Colossus need to get out immediately. That supply block actually really hurt him, as none are out. And now the Lings are in the natural. One Colossus, it pops out. And
good luck chasing, though. Yeah, Roach Hydra Ravager here versus Archons as the only splash damage. But hey, 2 Colossus pop out now. Extended Thermal Lance on the way, but it won't be done for this battle. But yo, so the 2 Colossus do chase away Shin. These Lings are dodging Oracles. And yeah, 22 Lings down on that attack. 65 to 47 is the worker advantage for Shin now, and more probes are dying here.
Yeah, the army really didn't do too much for Shin. It was pretty much all those Lings in the main base just basically killing a third of Creator's economy. He's on 3 bases, and his main base got just cleared out. So now Shin can maybe slow things down a little bit, and that's exactly what he's doing, getting a Lurker Den, getting a Hive.
Yeah, he's killing it. That Lurker Den's going to be a big deal here for sure against everything. And the Colossus outrange it, but don't do a lot of damage to it here. Archon's going to be a better answer to that. And yeah, no Disruptors, no Storm, just Colossus and Archons as their splash damage against this Roach Hydra Lurker. So we will see how well this does here for Creator. He's marching out into the creep here.
He does have 3 Colossus, and Extended Thermal Lance is done. There's also quite a bit of energy on the 3 sentries that he has, so maybe he can get some good force fields off. Shin's going to have to be careful about that. There goes 2 force fields, however, they don't amount to too much. Corrosive Biles connect with the Toss army, but the 3rd base of Shin is really being pushed right now, and he actually can't hold this.
Yeah, I don't think so. That is way too much Protoss for this little Roach Ravager ball to handle. 132 to 88 army supply in favor of SHIN, but
Yeah, look at this.
are dead against all of these Archons and these Colossus.
8 lurkers just finished. They can burrow.
Okay, so now I think he can hold it here. And
yeah,
yes.
things turn around for the Zerg. The buffer for the Protoss army falls, and Creator's attack doesn't get it done. That looked way dicier than I thought, but well done.
Yeah, certainly. Fantastic showing there from SHIN, just barely holding on the other end there. Got so much economic damage done there on the other side of the map, inside the main base of Creator, that Creator felt like he had one push in him, and then when it didn't succeed, he's like, all right, let's go to game number 2 here. Can't keep up with the economy that SHIN has with these few probes.
Yeah,
So,
that was a bit of an odd push by Creator, but he was kind of forced into it, I suppose. But honestly, just the composition, like the double Robo Colossus, going for that right out the gate did seem a little bit bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was doing really, really well right up until the point that those, like, 8 lurkers burrowed in, and then suddenly things were going a lot more poorly for him. So good job getting the lurker den down. SHIN, and game 2 is here on Amygdala. So again, thanks for hitting that follow button. Thanks for clicking the Matcherino link. And you can log in with like 10 different logins that you have. You've got Battle.net, you have Twitter, you've got Facebook, you've got Line, you have a Microsoft account login if you want. So log into Matcherino, click the claim button twice because there's a bug right now, and support these creators.
Yeah. Thanks so much to everyone for hitting up that Matcherino. We do have a $20 donation to the prize pool from John Solo and Phoenix of War matching that. The regular guys delivering once again.
Absolutely. Fantastic, fantastic showing there from John Solo and Phoenix. Killing it as always. Love you guys. Bottom left of game 2. It's our Protoss. It's Creator. We're here on Amygdala.
And in the top right, he's the monster Zerg at the minute. It's SHIN with the 1-0 lead. Definitely the guy to beat of this tournament, it seems.
Absolutely. He's favored with this matchup. I know ByuN has more accomplishments for sure. So does herO without a doubt. And Creator, I think, even has more accomplishments than SHIN does at this point. But SHIN is on fire right now and definitely the guy to beat. So I'd love to see him compete in an ESL event. ESL has not announced any events for 2024 yet, but they do take their time, especially in January. So we will see what events will be announced, and I'm excited to see SHIN compete. Yeah,
it's true. It all kind of is hanging right now on the esports world, championship. They have a counter on their website to when the next game announcement is. I think they've got like 2 more to announce, so we'll basically know. It's probably in like a week or 2 weeks or something, whether we'll have Starcraft there or not.
Awesome. Really looking forward to it. That's fantastic. All right. Creator going for the rack expand into the Cybercore. Pretty safe deal, especially against the hatch. First here from SHIN.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I cast a game between Cyril and Clem the other day, and Cyril went a gasless opening against Clem. So I don't know if he's experimenting with it or if it's kind of a new meta, but I was really, really surprised by that.
Yeah, that is, maybe Cyril trying new things, branching out a little bit since Clem does seem to have his number at the minute.
Right. I mean, yeah, it makes you try other stuff when you feel like somebody is just, outclassing you at anything. So, totally. So, I don't know. Curious to see. Anyway, not really of a PvZ build. I guess you could do Slowlings and Queens with the early Adept Harass. It really wouldn't be too big of a deal.
Yeah, just like so many Zergs are always relying on those speedy counterattacks, though. It's like with the Lings, like, I don't know. They always seem to want speed. Who knows? I'm not a Zerg. I'm not going to pretend to understand.
No, you're right. You really can't get any damage done on the other side of the map if you go gasless, but yeah, I guess Cyril did get his metabolic boost at like 5 minutes, like 5 or 6 minutes, just a little bit, like, a couple minutes later, but I guess he just wanted a lot of drones, so every single drone on gas is not harvesting minerals. So,
that is the name of the game. Get the drones. So Yeah, we'll see whether SHIN is going to build into a similar attack. The heavy Roach Hydra compositions are something that Protoss has struggled with in the past, because Toss are like, oh, do I go Colossus or Disruptors or Psystorm, or do I just try and kill the Zerg before they reach that point? And Creator has Resonating Glaives on the way, so we know which route he's choosing.
I was going to say, he's got a Robo and a Resonating Glaive getting fired up in that production tab, so... And there's the War Prism. So, yep, we're going to try to Resonating Glaive SHIN in 2025. I've said once before, this build is outdated and easy to hold, and then all of a sudden the Zerg lost it. So, I'm not going to make that same mistake again, I guess.
It's kind of like, in a way, it's almost like the Terran equivalent of the 2 racks. It's like the Zerg just kind of forgets about it for a bit, it seems. And then Protoss are like, aha, you're dead.
Yeah, it's like, surprise, you didn't perfectly prepare for this thing. You know how to do in your sleep. But you have to recognize it's coming and do the thing properly, and if you don't do that, you're dead. So,
yeah,
fantastic.
It's actually so comical how Creator's gone about this. Like, he didn't even Adept scout this game. He's like, nope, just sitting in my base making Adepts, and here we go. Good luck,
He doesn't care what the other side is doing, no. So here it is. The Overlord sees what's coming. 1,000,000 Adepts at 4.5 minutes. And it's like, oh, let's get some Roaches out here. Get some Ling Surrounds quite possibly. Resonating Glaive Adepts, they are done. Which means they're actually pretty good against buildings now, because that upgrade is kind of insane.
Yeah.
They still kind of suck against Roaches and Queens, though, which is why that's what we're making here. You can do it with Banelings, but Roaches are pretty much the standard here. So let's see if SHIN can hold it.
I think you may be right about how Zergs can just hold this in their sleep, because SHIN seems to have reacted to this perfectly. Made some Lings early on, and then just is spamming Roaches at this point. He's even confident enough to squeeze out some drones. And Creator has to go into a third base now with no tech to his name.
No. If these slow Roaches walk across the map, I think that third base is dead, honestly. So we'll see. We'll see if SHIN recognizes that Creator's gone home, because you don't want to move out, and then all of a sudden there are 20 Adepts in your main. So
yeah.
He's playing it safer, obviously, but I mean, yeah, Creator's totally just bailed on this whole attack. He's here to defend the third base and against anything incoming.
Yeah. I mean, what Creator has done, it is better than the alternative, which is suiciding your Adepts and not getting any damage done. So he's at least still got them as sort of a fodder in his army. He can potentially always harass with them later with the Prism, maybe. That's what he's kind of eyeing to do. But he's going to have to come up with something clever in order to take down SHIN, because SHIN, he's already on 64 drones. He's knocking down these rocks, so he'll be able to take this gold base. And Creator fires up double Robo once more.
Wow. It's got to be Colossus again, right? I don't see him trying Disruptors here against this build.
Nobody makes Disruptors.
No. Well, especially now that they don't one-shot Marauders anymore. They're not even that great against Terran,
yeah. They one-shot Roaches still, though, right?
Yes, that's true. But, I mean, still nice. And again, you're going to have a lot more success against a Zerg player generally than a Terran player with Disruptors. SHIN tosses up a Spire back home. Interesting. Is he going to try to go Mutalisks here? Dude, that would completely shut this whole thing down.
It really would.
Colossus Adept play, then we are a dead Protoss.
Yeah, or alternatively, SHIN can fire up some Corruptors and just use them to kill the Colossus and then just charge in with a bunch of Roaches. Creator's in a very rough spot right now.
Yeah, army value's about the same. Worker count's about even, but not where you want to be. Oh, are there Adepts on the other side?
There is. Finally, they show up.
Okay.
And yeah, to Creator, he just shaded them across the map into the natural, into the main, and then he recalls some of them, getting a nice 12 drones, losing 12 drones for 5 Adepts. That's not bad for the Protoss at all. 2 more Adepts are going to shade towards that third base. They're going to grab a couple of drones and then get saved with the Prism. So nice bit of momentum there for Creator.
Yeah. Like I said, that's the fear for the Zerg players. You move out, and then the Adepts shade into your main base and start killing your stuff. That's exactly what happened. SHIN moved out, Creator sent the Adepts in, bought himself some time, extended Thermal Lance, might be done here soon, and SHIN is going for the Mutalisks. So what's the anti-air right now from Creator? Almost literally nothing.
He does at least have Blink, and he's going up to 10 gateways, so he will be able to warp in Stalkers. Creator is spamming a bunch of cannons, so he must have seen this with those Adepts. he did see the Spire with those Adepts, so he's got an idea this is coming, and I actually really like the way that Creator's playing this. Now, he does need to be careful because Shin's not just going to be looking to get damage with his mutas, he's coming in with his roaches, with his lings, and Creator is massively out of position right now. He's going for a counterattack. I don't know if he has a recall, but there's mutas coming in, the roaches, and Shin just completely caught Creator out of position.
Yeah, kind of just repaying the favor there. Shin was not ready for the Adepts on the other side of the map, and now Creator wasn't ready for that counterattack with roaches and lings, and the base goes down. Third base goes down, Nexus explodes, only 5 probes died, but man, losing that Nexus hurts. We're back on 2 bases.
Yeah.
It's a 33% loss in production.
Yeah, Creator has basically no choice but to go all in at this point in the game. He can warp in some Stalkers at home to maybe try and defend, or we can have a full-on base race, as he does only have 4 Stalkers and a cannon to try and hold this natural mineral line. He's warping in more Stalkers, but Lings are coming in to support as well. Creator is all in on the other side of the map.
He is. Handful of Lings are like, hey, stop, please. And the Protoss is like, no. And that is a lot of dead. Look at that swiping on those drones. 15 drones go down, 15 probes dead on the other side. It is definitely a base race at this time. Colossus kind of suck at killing buildings. Stalkers are better at it. Sentries are also bad at killing buildings, so I think Shin is going to win here in this base race, man.
I think he is. Maybe Creator can snipe a couple of these hatcheries and then recall. Ooh. There's the recall already. Let me get it's to the main, not to the third. And
there is no third.
Shin is being chased away. But is there enough anti-air? No, there isn't.
No, yeah, not enough. GG, Shin gets the game 2 win there. He's up 2-0 in this best of 5. Wow. Yeah, man, he is looking so good right now.
Yeah. Oof. What a monster.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, those mutas were the right answer, right? There wasn't a ton of anti-air. There were a handful of Stalkers, maybe some sentries who are surprisingly good against Mutalisks. But yeah, you're just not going to win a base race in a situation where you don't kill buildings very quickly, and your enemy has mutas and zerglings, which are both better at killing buildings than most of the army on the other side. So brutal loss there from Creator. Let's see if he can figure this out for a game number 3, quite possibly. Flip this around to make Shin work for his money. And yeah, it's going to be an all-important game number 3 here. Both John Solo and Olaville calling out a GG. We're going to be on Frostline for game number 3, which is a snow map, appropriate for this time of year in the Northern Hemisphere.
It definitely is snowy outside where I am.
I believe it. We've got like the surprising warm front today. I mean, it basically got up to like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's supposed to do a big ton of snow tomorrow, and temperature's going to drop by like 30 degrees. So
okay, that's
trying to enjoy the warmer weather today because it's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, we're just actually getting out of the cold here. What is it? It was about negative 13 Fahrenheit at the coldest yesterday.
Woo! That is terrible. That is so cold. Yeah, I don't know if we haven't been in the negatives since last winter, so hopefully we'll see if we get there this year. All right, Frostline. Speaking of the terrible cold, bottom left, he's not Ragnarok anymore. He's Shin.
And in the top right, it is Creator. He's going to have to pull it back. That last game was really unfortunate because if Creator's army was in position to defend that attack from Shin, I think he could have held because like he invested in the static defense, and then if he sort of was defending at his third, I think he definitely could have held on there, and maybe we would have had a bit more of a macro game, or it would have played out a bit longer.
Yeah, certainly would have. Monk, we got herO and ByuN coming after this best of 5 is done. So
yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Hold on to your seats. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. 2 legends of Starcraft going at it, man. Cannot wait. I will just never forget being introduced to ByuN back when he kind of started taking everything by storm. And
yeah.
And nobody could stop him, man. His 5-Axe Reaper got Reaper's nerf. That is all you need to know about ByuN back in the day.
That was so ridiculous. Oh, man, that was, yeah. That was a wild meta, that's for sure.
Such a good time back in Heart of the Swarm, man.
Man, now I kind of hope we get, like, ByuN versus SHIN and ByuN busts that out. Not that it's as good anymore, but...
Come on. Good. He hasn't lost yet. Hasn't lost the mineral
the
game.
the most frustrating game right here.
Phoenix says, give Reaper's stim. Give back Reaper's stim? What do they have stim? I don't know that they ever actually had stim. Hold on a second. All right, Reaper history.
Oh, look at this.
They got stim in. Yo.
The Adept's coming on in.
Oh, they get the drone.
Yeah, that's a cute
another
play.
Zergling. That's a great opening. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Shin has to expand to the other location, but losing a drone that early on is quite painful.
It's going to slow you down, without a doubt. Yeah, Reaper's never had stim. In the campaign, they totally did. So, I mean, if we want to get into give units things they had in the campaign, we can get really crazy with it, man.
We definitely can.
Oh, Phoenix said it was there in the alpha and the beta for Starcraft 2. That's what you're thinking of. I did not know that. That's cool and terrifying.
Okay, creator says more adepts as he's got a prism on the way. He's warping them in right in front of Shin's Overlord, so there's no mystery to this.
No, that's why you have the Overlord, folks. That's why you do it. You gotta send that Overlord across or have a Ling or something.
Yeah, Shin is a little bit worried, not 100% sure what's coming his way just yet, as he does build safety spores. But it is no DTs, just purely adepts coming out of this madman.
Got a Roach War, not making any roaches yet, which is a little bit insane. But maybe once he sees what it is, he'll fire him up. He's got just 8 more Lings coming in. Can't quite do it with just Lings and Queens. It's very hard.
Yeah.
I've seen it done like once or twice, but man, it's rough.
These roaches are a little bit late. That is quite a few Lings, though. So these adepts, they do have to cancel that shade. And yeah, creator, by not making a move there, has given Shin time to get out 8 roaches now, so I think he should be fine. However, in come the adepts. They're going to target down 1 roach. It does take 2 volleys, though. He's going to get yet another roach, and then potentially some of the queens, so the Lings do have to come on in, and those are some good unit pickoffs for creator. Maybe he can snowball this. He warps in more adepts, cancels the shade. He's fighting roaches with adepts. It's not the most conventional thing, but he's making it work. As
he can 2 volley them down. That's huge.
Yeah, and he's doing just that. Now, Shin is still making another 13 roaches. So creator needs to get some damage done still. He may even be able to kill the 3rd hatchery. We'll see, as he can just keep faking out these shades. And look at how many adepts he's built up to, just off of, well, 6 gateways now, but 4 originally, and that 3rd is gonna die.
Wow. I mean, if he gets focused, yes, but he's going to turn his attention to the roaches and the Lings. A surround with the roaches getting free hits off would be pretty good. These Lings are getting evaporated, though, and the roaches are not doing their part of the deal here either. But Shin not giving up yet, man. The 3rd base does go down by being target fired by those resonating glaive adepts. Excellent job there. And I think he did enough.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was just a pure trade. 17 dead roaches to 23 adepts and 20 Lings, 2 queens, and of course the 3rd base. Now, Shin is just looking for the counterattack. However, the adepts, they are going to intercept this, and Shin isn't confident enough to make that happen.
No, not with unupgraded Lings. I mean, speed is one thing, but man, they're going to get shredded by those Rezo Adepts. Into the main base we go. Enough Queens and Roaches there to shut that down. New third base coming up the left side here from Shin because he needs it. He's also upgrading to a Lair. Kind of one of the reasons I sort of prefer Banelings in this situation. They do bonus damage versus the Adepts. The Roach don't have any kind of a bonus like that.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Roach attack is just a little bit too slow, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Creator just did a really great job, sort of, as far as the army positioning goes. Like, Shin wasn't sure whether to pull out or to try and dive on the Adepts. And that allowed Creator to get those few Queen and Roach pickoffs and then to get the Snowball. Like, he's only killed 2 drones. Like, usually Adept attacks are all about killing drones. Instead, he just fought the army with Adepts pretty much. And Overseer does pop out with full HP, so that's a bit frustrating for Creator.
Ugh. And it's Ravagers. We're going Ravagers, Lings, and Roaches here. Overlords to replace those, just keeping up with the supply here. So it's 3 base to 3 base for Creator here. He's got an advantage in workers. And yeah, just plugging up that hole. And maybe these Lings can take down the 3rd base, maybe, but a Resonating Glaive. 2 Adepts are there with, a shield battery and pulling back the army here.
Yeah. And Lings are not
defending well.
Lings are not going to get you much value when your opponent has Resonating Glaives. They're just so good at defending versus Ling run-bys.
Shade and they're going to die. That was a horrible... Oh, never mind. Warp Prism saves the day. Should have known.
Protoss. Well done by Creator there. And he actually is in quite a phenomenal spot because of how late Shin's rebuilt 3rd is. It's 54 drones to 66. The Zerg has committed to such a big army, and as long as Creator keeps up on his unit production here and doesn't invest too much in tech, I don't think he'll be in too much trouble. However, in comes Shin. Creator sees this coming, drops a couple force fields, catches. Oh, he only kills 1 Roach, but starts the fight.
Yeah, it's a big Roach Ravager ball, man. It's a lot of supply, but they're kind of inefficient supply, obviously. The Lings try to jump into the 3rd base, cause some problems there, too. +1 missile attack, timing attack, maybe a Glial Reconstitution still isn't done yet. But I don't think that matters at this point. Dodging Corrosive Biles, which is super easy, especially if you're a professional Protoss here. The Immortals need to get hits on those Roaches and not those Ravagers, but the Roaches are in the front. They are complying very, very well. And Corrosive Bile, does take down a Sentry there. 1 Colossus out, not with Extended Thermal Lance. And Shin backs off a little bit, waiting for maybe Glial Reconstitution. 7 seconds left.
Yeah, Shin, he's trying to bully Creator into a position which will then create an opening for all the Lings he's got on the left side. And Shin thinks he's found it as he's going to go on in. The batteries are mostly drained for the Protoss. The Colossus on the right side isn't going to do that much against Roaches and Ravagers. So Shin is pushing forward, and Creator is in a bit of trouble. He's going to have to pull probes to buffer for his Stalkers. His Lings are getting really great surface area on them. Corrosive Bile deletes one of the Immortals. Stalkers are still alive thanks to those sacrificial probes for now, and the Protoss does have some of his army on the right side. It's potentially going to be a close hold. Disruptor goes out, kills a Ravager, and it seems Creator's held on for now at the expense of 15 probes.
Yeah, kept the Nexus alive here. Roaches coming across the map very foolishly, running into big groups of Blink Stalkers with +1 attack. And it's 54 armor supply to 37 in favor of Shin here. He doesn't have a 4th base. I think he wanted to kill the 3rd base, but he couldn't quite do it. And 15 probes did go down, so now we're even at 54 workers apiece.
Yeah, the Stalkers are now coming in for Creator, looking to pick off whatever he can. He can kill all the Overlords he wants. Shin's got 60 space of supplies, so the Stalkers are going to be better off picking off any Roaches, Ravagers he can. Shin did have a small Ling counterattack, but the Adept Warp In deals with that easily. A Disruptor does path forward. Very unfortunately, that is a nice pickoff for Shin.
Yeah, nice little micro here. Good dance back and forth. Warp Prism in the middle of the field in warp mode, and hopefully no Corrosive Biles find it. But yeah, just transferring back to transportation mode. So you can dodge Crucibles more easily here. Another Colossus on the way here. +2 attack being fired up by Creator. More Roaches and Ravagers, and still not a 4th base here from SHIN, man.
Yeah, no 4th from either player. Creator is kind of matching the energy of SHIN, just in the sense that he's also just investing in his army. No other attack other than +2 attack on the way, which is, I think, a very reasonable investment. He's even building a cannon at his 3rd, just worried about the potential Ling run-bys and just focused on holding on for now. He sees the Lings and the Roaches coming forward. Creator has done a great job of knowing SHIN's playstyle and the position he's in this game. SHIN only has one way to go, and that is forward. He's going for the throat, and Creator is trying to hold on. Batteries get taken care of. An Immortal did go down, I believe, in the middle of that. The Prism is doing a great job of juggling back these units. Good micro by Creator.
Yeah, depowers a warp in there by getting that pylon. The Nexus is in danger here, but he needs to take down these Immortals and these Colossus. Crucibles hitting the Colossus, but they have a little bit too much HP to go down, and Blink Stalkers cutting off the retreat of these Ravagers, man. Creator
GG.
does it. He wins game 3, forcing a game 4. That was excellent there. The Resonating Glaive Adept attack did set him up for an excellent mid-game, and just defending SHIN's attack on the 3rd base twice. And yeah, excellent job there, Creator. That was, man, Protoss fans are super happy right now. Yo.
Yeah, well done by Creator. He does not go gently into that good night. Or quietly, whatever the quote is anyway.
They both work, honestly. Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah. Yep, so we're going to go to game number 4 here between these two players. Again, tap that follow button here on our SOOPlive.com website. Again, a new fancy website made to us by the SOOP organization, formerly known as Africa. Done a great job with the rebrand, great job with the new site as well. So show your appreciation, sign up.
Yeah, make an account.
Toss a follow down. You guess you got to do that first, right? Make an account, and then you can follow.
Okay.
And LaughNgamez also tossed the Matcherino link into the chat.
Yeah.
So check that out. You'll notice there are 2 claim code buttons now. So log into Matcherino, click both of them, toss money into these players' pockets, and they will be happy.
Yeah, you can also find Falcon Paladin on my own Discord out on the internet somewhere. It's not that hard to find, as we do announce these events whenever they're coming up too, so that is a good way to stay on top of these as well.
Yeah, 100%. I can actually grab those links. Might as well put them in chat. All right, so Bissell Reef. It's an old map, but a good one.
Okay.
Top left. It's our guy SHIN.
And in the bottom right, it's Creator. A very seasoned Protoss player. But, I mean, most StarCraft 2 players are pretty darn seasoned at this point, so...
Yeah, I don't know if there are any, like, brand new dudes tooling around learning how to play StarCraft at a high level.
No, StarCraft 2-wise?
No, I don't think so.
It's got to be ByuN, I think, probably the latest one, but even he's been around for like 5 years. And
Right.
But he did announce that he was coming back, I think, which was a little bit surprising. And I guess Nightmare too, but he's been around a long time as well.
Yeah, Nightmare's been around for years as well, correct. So, yeah. Maybe there's some new blood I don't know about, but hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, Creator. Both these players gonna have to see if they remember how to play on Abyssal Reef, as this map is a blast from the past.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is an early Legacy of the Void map. Like when Legacy of the Void was brand new, this was one of the maps as part of the map pool. So it takes me back to the days when I first started casting StarCraft 2. I just started casting it at the end of the Heart of the Swarm era, and then Legacy of the Void came out. I asked people to send me Legacy of the Void replays. They did, and that's where I started my casting career. So this is a very nostalgic map for me, man. Probe losing the mineral game. That's okay. Lost the mineral game on the previous match and won. So no correlation.
Yeah, now this match, we're going to see if Creator can do something to get the momentum, as he started that previous match off by killing the drone of SHIN.
Yep. And delaying that third base. Yeah, it was a two-parter there. So that was very cool. Stargate coming in from Creator. Metabolic Boost is on the way here from SHIN. Ling's chasing that Probe. Probe comes back around. Juke in third base comes in just fine. This time for SHIN, pretty happy about that after how things went in the last game. And yeah, we're just going to try to drone up here to try to stay alive. We'll see if he goes back into the Roach Ravager stuff, or if maybe he wants to try something a little bit different. Maybe into the Lurkers that won him the first game. Some of those Hydralisks as well. Really, the world is kind of his oyster at this point.
That's true. SHIN is really known for just trying to kill his opponents like he tried in the previous game. And that does make him a little bit predictable. So if he did play more late game focus, that would be a great adjustment, I think.
Yeah, and I think so.
Personally, I just want to see it, because Creator's a very good late game Protoss, too.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that late game really favors the Protoss all that much. I think it maybe benefits him quite a bit to stay away from those Vipers and those Infestors and things, but...
Yeah, but, like, SHIN doesn't seem too interested in just, like, playing that long macro game either, so...
That's true. I think he had plenty of an opportunity to get a fourth base in the last game and just chose not to. So kind of hard to get into a super macro game on 3 bases, as we saw.
Okay.
Pretty fast Evo chamber here from SHIN. No resonating glaives this time from Creator. Just poking around with an Oracle and a couple Adepts, as you do. Just poking, scouting, poking, prodding, maybe finding a drone, maybe a Ling you can catch out on the map. That'd be nice. Twilight Council does get fired up from Creator, so maybe I spoke a little bit too soon.
Yeah, Twilight Council, Forge on the way, so it's probably going to be +1 Blink Stalkers. With 3 Oracles to give Creator that map control.
And the Oracle will try to protect these Adepts, and they do. This time the Oracle does save it and takes down the Creep Trooper too. Nice little bonus there. Excellent.
Yeah, Creator does a good job winning that little micro game.
Blink on the way. Okay, we're getting Blink. We're getting +1 attack here. A Lair's getting fired up from SHIN on the other side. Overlord scouts in, sees the research on the Twilight Council. He doesn't know what it is, but based on how late it is, it's probably not going to be Resonating Glaives this time. We'd be rushing towards that if that's what it is. 0719, SHIN won game number 1 and 2. Creator won game number 3.
Okay, now I guess the question at this point is Creator just gonna basically go for an attack with mass stalkers, use the stalkers to poke the Zerg while the Oracles protect the stalkers from the Lings? It's kind of...
Yes, that's a strategy we've seen before.
Yeah, it's something that herO's very darn good at. Now, he really does have to watch the backstabs. That's why he does have a battery done. And Oracle is just sitting, waiting on point, ready for these Lings to come on in. And, yeah, the Oracle sees them. An attempt at a 4th base is going to get canceled, but he can restart that momentarily. It's not like it's a lot of lost progress. A lost 100 minerals, yes, but not too much progress lost.
No, definitely not. So gathering up some stalkers here, getting that 4th base warped in again. SHIN does not... Oh, he does have a 4th base coming in just north of this camera position. So, but you can get harassed from the high ground there, which is a little bit... Or from the low ground, rather, which is annoying. Infestation Pit does get fired up from SHIN. Maybe for the first time today, he decides he can
Stasis,
do this.
Those Oracles got to pop their pulsar beams. They're not helping out. Creator, I think, is busy trying to defend his 4th base while this goes on. Microing those Oracles and getting them in the right position can be a little bit of a pain. He does manage to save those units, save the 4th base, though. And, yeah, Creator, he has just decided to let this game go later into macro. It's not like he was warping in 8 stalkers at a time to try and push SHIN's 4th. He was just focused on getting up his own, and Now we've got a Zerg with Hydras and Lings against a Protoss player that's getting up a second Robo and going into Colossus and Disruptors again. Creator really loves this Robo tech.
Yeah, true fact. Lurker Den is coming in from SHIN, so he'll have something to help with this Robotech for sure. Again, Lurkers are pretty vulnerable to Disruptors because they are stationary targets, as all things that are stationary are vulnerable to those Disruptors. Lings can't get in there because of the Sentry, and the cannon is not quite up here. You're going to lose 2 probes, 3 probes. The shield battery does heal up the remaining fleeing probes, and that is a shadow of a shark, man, here on Abyssal Reef.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Abyssal Reef. Very, very aesthetically pleasing map. Now, Creator's got to be careful. I mean, a Stasis Ward does a good job catching some of the Lings. However, many more Lings and Hydras are crossing the map as SHIN. He may have got up 4 bases, but he is not planning on playing this one out, it seems, as he's looking to move out. With just Lings and Hydras.
He's got seismic spines on the way from the Lurkers, and he does fire up a 5th, yeah.
Yeah, wow, 12 Lurkers on the way.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. That's going to deal with charge lots really easily. Stalkers are going to die to that, no big deal. The Disruptors are going to have to be really big, but Vipers are on the way, and abducting those Disruptors, getting them out of that comp, is going to be disastrous for Creator. He's got to stay away. He's got to pick those things off.
Yeah, there is Psystorm and a Fleet Beacon on the way. Double Immortals, so Creator really is anticipating this with the 2 Immortals on the way, I feel. Now, he's still got to be careful because the one thing about a Zerg with Lurkers is you cannot let them just get sieged up on your base. Otherwise, you're just screwed as the Protoss. So I like these Stalkers being out on the map, ready to delay SHIN if he does push out. However, SHIN just built like 6 spine crawlers. He is going into the late, like he's really focused on the defense right now.
Yeah, he's really worried about getting pushed. Man's getting lunge. Again, an upgrade I don't see much value in, but whatever. Viper's sucking some energy off of those hatcheries. They'll be ready to go. A mothership getting fired up as Storm is finishing here for Creator.
Yeah, and look at this. Creator is double expanding right now. I absolutely love this against a Zerg that's going to be looking to try and shut down the Protoss's next expansion. I love the double expansion play out of Creator. That mothership is about 50 seconds away.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Taking its time. Ooh, free Lurker is free. Stasis catching another Lurker and a bunch of these, another Lurker and some Hydras.
Wow.
But man, SHIN is on the rampage right now. He's going to get through those rocks. He's going to head into that 4th base immediately. I'm not sure what Creator does about it.
A Disruptor?
Colossus, yes. Disruptor shots. I'm not sure he has enough Disruptors to actually do nice abduct on that Colossus. Takes it down. Another Stasis catching a Lurker above ground. Hilariously, Lings on the run by trying to do something. Stalker shutting that down pretty easily. Immortals can crush through Lurkers if they have enough numbers for it. Trying to storm those suckers down takes multiple storms, though. They're a little bit chunkier than you want them to be, and dodging storms. Okay, now this base needs to be evacuated, and it is.
Yeah, fortunately, Creator, even if he does lose this base, he did have that double expansion. However, the elephant in the room is all these Lurkers. Creator's been pumping out triple Immortals, yet he still doesn't have the force to deal with them. He's up to a mighty 6 Immortals, though, which is no joke. And maybe he'll be able to do something about this. However, he's not just going to be losing this 4th base. He's going to be losing his 5th potentially as well. That is quite painful. The Oracles do activate their Pulsar Beams with a Revelation, actually able to push these Lurkers away since there's not enough anti-air to defend them. That's a great realization by Creator. And now the Lurkers, they've kind of been whittled down, and the Protoss is pouncing on top of them.
Yeah, a bunch of Lings come and try to assist. We were saving storms for those Lings, though all those Lurkers die. A Spotter got fired up here from SHIN, and he makes 12 Corruptors. Wow, is he probably going to win Brood Lords with this? I mean, he obviously wants the Colossus down and the Motherships to die, but they're not going to be very good against anything else. The Archons here are going to be amazing against them. Creator is pushing hard right now. 120 to 104 army supply. Lings on the counterattack. Picking off an Immortal, picking up an Archon. Zealous having a bit of trouble there, too. They do save the Immortal with the Warp in. Creator decides not to come home. Doesn't need to do it, and more Lings are cruising across the map here.
Yeah, but Creator is just pushing towards the throat of SHIN. It's not like SHIN had 7, 8 bases to burn. No, Creator has just gone right across the map. Shin's only on 5 bases. His 5th's gone down. Now he's got to try and defend his natural, or his production and all his tech can just be killed. It'll be lights out if he can't stop this Protoss army.
Yeah, 87 to 63 armor supply in favor of Creator right now. The Immortals are taking names. Archon's getting bonus damage against everything here. Drones trying to run, making Hydras and Lings to try to counter this, which, yes, that is the answer to this particular composition. Purification Nova can commit. He used a lunge to get away from that Purification Nova. Not a bad use of the ability, honestly. And Zealots on top. Good job. The Spines actually kind of paying for themselves a little bit here. As they made them earlier. Drones getting us around onto the Immortal. 2 Hydras adding it in, and bam, they do take the Immortal down, but it's 77 to 20 army supply. I'm not sure if Shin can even hold this, and even if he can, what is left for him? Yeah, that's too many charge lots. He is trying to buy time, but I think Creator just forced the game number 5.
Yeah, well done by Creator. Able to play the game out and then just kill Shin. Shin, I think, wasn't... He was focused on trying to kill his opponent again, and he never took even a 6 base, whereas Creator had 6 bases.
Yep, that double expand paying off wildly. Colossus, Disruptors, Archons, all of them getting their work done. Immortals too. Great game, says John Solo, and it was. So we get a game 5 in our first best of 5. I was feeling a little bit bad for Creator after the first couple of games, but he has really pulled himself back into shape here.
Yeah, really, really well done by Creator. That was... He's done a great job turning this series around, and I was ready to see ByuN versus herO and who was going to play Shin, but Creator says, no. I'm not out of this yet.
No, definitely not. Smaroof says, reverse sweep for Creator. Maybe it's a possibility now on Ultra Love for game number 5. Yeah, Shin's got to be like, all right, what's going on here? How is this happening? I was in such a commanding position, and now suddenly I'm fighting for my life in game 5. And we'll see what he does. Like you said, maybe some more macro from him instead of being so confident his attack is going to win that he just isn't macroing behind it at all, and that's definitely come back to bite him. So.
And I think that might have been his lack of confidence in macro, that he didn't really take any more bases or anything like that. He was... Yeah, and then just honestly, just Abyssal Reef, the fact that Creator was able to just push across the map and be like, here I am. Shin didn't exactly have a lot of time to get ready for that counterattack. Definitely overextended with his lurkers when those oracles and the mothership were able to weaken them, and then Creator picked everything off, and Shin had nothing at that point. Okay, here we are. In the top right, it's Creator.
And in the bottom left, it's Shin. That's a Ravager portrait, right? That he's got on his hatchery there.
Yeah, or I think it's a Ling. Maybe?
You think that's a Zergling?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the 3 eyes.
Yeah.
I think Lings just have 2.
Uh-huh. Got a lot of legs, though. All right, so Ultra Love, a map with a lot of interesting stuff to look at on the map. Is Shin going?
Oh, you dirty dog.
The man's going a proxy hatch. He's like, all right, forget this. I don't want to fight against Colossus or Disruptors anymore. Let's get this game over in 3 minutes. I mean, he's got a hatch here, which the probe's going to see and be like, okay, normal stuff. Nothing crazy from our guy at all. He's going to see there's a lack of a pool or an extractor,
He's
though.
not... Okay, he turned the probe around. He went out, then he went back in. And, yeah, Shin didn't commit to it. What a coward.
Yeah, he totally... I think he was gonna... He tried to get in there in the natural and throw down the hatch, but I think there was a probe waiting for him.
Well
shut
done.
It down. Yeah, good awareness there from Creator. Yeah, so Creator's just like, trying to do shenanigans. I'm going to make it so you can't do shenanigans anymore. I mean, you could... Yeah, I mean, if you want to throw a hatchery up inside this main base at this stage of the game, good luck. I mean, there's no way it's getting up here. You just pull like 4 or 5 probes, you get a Zealot, you shut that thing down. So, not ideal here from Shin, and kind of on the back foot to start off game number 5. What a surprising open.
Yeah, that was really well done by Creator, shutting that down. And there's a reason we don't see Zergs do that too much these days, I don't think. To backpedal a little bit, going back to the previous match, I want to say that I didn't get a chance to comment on it during the game, but Creator with his blink stalkers out on the map, like, I don't know if it was game sense or just blind luck, but Creator had like his 10 or 12 stalkers out on the map, no support. They were very exposed, and like usually they'd be right picking for lings, but I don't know if he just realized that SHIN didn't have enough lings or if he was confident enough he could get the stalkers out, but like he was just out on the map with them and did not let them get picked off or pushed away or anything like that, and that was a lot of value for the Protoss there.
True fact, and that's a high-level thing, too, because, yeah, you do that at a lower level, and they all die, and you're like,
yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like, usually there's a time in the game in which Protoss, it's like, okay, no more stalkers out on the map, but Creator, right. He was either lucky or just very good, and saw, okay, you're making lurkers, you probably won't have that many lings, and it was really well done.
Yeah, I'm impressed by Creator here. I mean, I've always liked the guy. I think he's a great Protoss player, but yeah, these last 2 games, taking down SHIN, that was super impressive. So 2 adepts moving out. We got Warp Gate on the way. Metabolic Boost finishing up here for SHIN. All is well in PvZ land here. And yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. We appreciate it. And
yeah,
Creator appreciate it as well. Again, hit the Matcherino link. You can sign in with everything. Everything you have. Every login you have.
Yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying some Friday night StarCraft. I certainly am. This is just our first best of 5 still. We've got herO versus ByuN. That will play the winner of this series. Well, the winner of that series will play the winner of this series, so a lot more StarCraft to go.
And how? So much more StarCraft to go. So third next is coming in with the Adept Harassment. They do pick up a Creep Tumor, which is an annoying thing. Oracle gets out of there with its skin too, which is awesome. Twilight Council getting fired up after the third base gets started in. And this is the little fight we've been seeing so much today. When Adept goes down, the other one survives thanks to the Oracle support, and the Lings head on out for scouting. They see the third base is definitely here, and a couple more Oracles are out. Again, Oracles are great at offense, base defense. They burn through Lings really fast. They force Spores and extra Queens out of the Zerg player. Oracle's a good unit, and a Roach Warren gets started here from SHIN.
Yeah, so the Oracles.
Smelling anything, but he's just getting a Roach Warren, maybe just for safety roaches here.
You never know if it's safety roaches with SHIN or whether he's got more nefarious intentions. I really like what Creator's doing here, though, just realizing, yeah, I got Oracles. You're not going to be able to kill my Adepts as long as I don't do some silly positioning, so it's really cool to see Creator doing that. However, I may have jinxed him, but nope. SHIN just runs away with those Lings, knowing that Creator can just shade away or he'll lose too many to the Oracles, so I really like that from the Protoss player. It shows a lot of confidence and understanding of the early game dynamics. Now, SHIN does have a lot of Lings, but Creator, he's got 3 Oracles. As long as he keeps them in position, it will be very difficult for SHIN to get damage done with all these Lings.
100%. Hydralisk Den is getting fired up here from SHIN, and a 4th base. So big fan of that. You're right. So with the Lings alone, they're not getting anything done as that Oracle barely survives the Queen assault there from 8 miles away because Queen range is so far. Lings continuing to shark around, but I mean, I guess you jump on the shield battery, maybe you can do that. No, too many Adepts and Stalkers for that. Creator just rebuffing every little attempt at Ling harass that SHIN is trying to set up here. 11 Hydras getting produced, range upgrade coming in, and any sign of splash damage here from Creator? Not really.
Yeah, I really do like Creator investing in this cannon at his third. It really shows he knows SHIN. What I don't like right now is that he's investing in a 4th base, and SHIN is building a boatload of Hydras and Lings, getting ready for a classic SHIN timing attack that has killed many a Protoss trying to take a 4th base. But beautiful Blink getting on top of a few of the Hydras, getting some great pickoffs, blinking on top of more of them. Meanwhile, the Oracles are just cutting through many of the Lings.
Dude, this is going disastrously for SHIN. He didn't have his army all together. He was trying. to walk them across the map piecemeal, and Creator punished that just by being ready for it. A couple Hydras aren't that scary. When they're all together, that's when they're terrifying. Creator getting shoved back a little bit there, but he killed so many Hydras for, I mean, not much value there from SHIN at all.
He killed 13 Hydras. He's killed 46 Lings this game. He's still got an Oracle alive, placing a Stasis Ward, and he totally just took the wind out of SHIN's sails. Like, SHIN was potentially going to be going for a very large attack, and now he's just like, okay, I'll make a couple drones, and there's 11 mutas on the way since he did invest in that Spire. However, the Zerg has got very little on the ground right now. He's got 30 Lings and 11 mutas on the way against Creator, who has got up his 4th base. It's really all going to be on these mutas to catch Creator off guard.
Yeah, and now he's got Colossus. Now he's got Disruptors out. I mean, Creator's played this perfectly. There was a Hydra Link timing when there was not going to be any splash damage at all that was going to take down that 4th base, and now it's over.
A hallucinated Phoenix is flying on in. I think Creator may be sensing that something is awry. He sees the Spire. And is there any panic? Units being built. 2 Colossus are vulnerable at the natural. However, SHIN is going to go for the easier prize of a bunch of probes. Stalkers are warping on in. Mutas are targeting down some of them. There's not a critical mass to kill Stalkers that easily, though. A recall is bringing back some of the Stalkers to help defend this. Maybe Creator can blink and pick off a few more mutas, but no, now they bounce towards the 3rd base. An Oracle could be picked off, or more probes. So far, 13 dead probes, and the mutas still have a lot of room to play.
Yeah, getting a +1 attack on those guys, making 7 more of them at a time. Blink Stalkers are the only answer. We've got no Phoenix. Have just started construction and warping in here from Creator. So he's going to try to get some Phoenix out against these mutas. He's doing an amazing job, just straight up dealing with everything that SHIN's throwing at him. He lost about 10 probes there, but Chrono Boost is good. His worker count is back up to where it was. And yeah, these Stalkers don't do bonus damage to mutas, but they still hit them pretty hard, and they've got really good range. So it's not a bad answer at all. Lurker Den getting fired up here from SHIN, making more 11 drones, and really starting to macro behind this.
Yeah, Creator is doing the right thing to defend against these mutas. However, SHIN is also doing the right thing. He has got up a 6th base. He's getting up all this extra tech. He's getting close to maxed out with a very strong economy at this point. So now it is going to be on Creator to decide what he's going to do. Is he just going to attack and try and go for one of those wacky base trades? Or is he going to try and branch out and take an expansion? Neither option can you be particularly confident in as the Protoss. It's a very uncertain situation right now because SHIN, he's waiting out there with a bunch of Lings as soon as Creator moves out.
And yeah, I mean, this Stalker Colossus setup here with the Phoenix, just getting a couple of volleys off on the mutas, making them worry about coming in. Hive getting fired up. Lurkers, 7 of them about to pop here. It's going to be a little bit tough.
Wow,
with just a Stalker army here against these Lurkers for sure.
Yeah, look at all these Stalkers Creator has. He's got 23 as a response to these mutas. You were absolutely right that these Lurkers could pose a threat to this anti-muta composition. Anti-muta, not so much anti-lurker.
I don't know about this. Why are the mutas sticking around? There's so many Phoenix now. Mutas are dying by the dozens. That base is not happening. That's a solid cancel there. Stalker's a bit out of position. The Disruptor trying to deal with Lings. Good luck with that. Never a good time for a Disruptor to deal with a ton of Speedlings. And are they going to take it? No, it gets saved by the Colossus. Mutas are fighting the Phoenix. The Phoenix aren't being microed particularly well, but there are so many of them, it doesn't really matter. All the mutas are getting whittled down. Lings inside the mineral line. 7 probes die, but a lot of Zerglings died there. Resources lost are 11,000 for SHIN, only 4,000 from Creator. And Creator's making some good trades and is ready to move out.
Yeah, SHIN, I guess he was done with those mutas, so he just elected to trade them out rather quickly and a little bit recklessly, trying to make something happen with Lings at the same time. But now he's opened the door to Creator a little bit because that was a lot of army supply he traded out. Now, it's not exactly going to be easy for Creator to make a counter push happen here because there is all those lurkers. And SHIN, he's got the Queens forward. He's repositioning Spore Crawlers to help out too. There's a Ling counterattack hitting that base. SHIN just being relentless with these. He's like, I will find damage with Zerglings. At some point in this game, he's going to try and shut down the 5th base. There's nothing to respond to that for Creator right now. The Protoss still has a presence on the other side of the map, but he is not gaining any ground. Looks like he... I mean, these aren't his zealots to save these Ling, to save this Nexus. And Creator, he's just not even responding to this. He just builds another Nexus on the right side. But that is a 13-minute 4th base, which is not super quick. These Lings also don't have +1 attack, by the way, which is why it's taking them years to cut through this Nexus. SHIN actually...
And they don't have adrenal gland either, so they're garbage.
Oh my gosh, that Nexus survived.
Oh my gosh, they were hammering on that for like 5 minutes and it didn't die because of the upgrades, so these Lings are so bad. That said, they still trade okay against Stalkers, even if they don't have any upgrades. Adaptive Talons finishing up now from SHIN and getting some Vipers, abducting the Disruptors and the Colossus will be really key in an upcoming engagement here for sure. But yeah, SHIN 75 workers, maxed out, trying to develop a bank here, getting +2 missile attack. Storm on the way from Creator, and that Mothership is taking its sweet time getting here.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing Zergs go for just that like +1 attack, almost by default it seems, at some point throughout the game. SHIN not having that. The guy who goes for all the Ling run-bys not having that is a little bit surprising, and that may punish him as he's always got Lings in his composition, but those are 40 Lings with no upgrades against Creator, who's got +3 attack on all his Protoss force. Now, SHIN is just charging on in with all these lurkers. He's got a whopping 24 lurkers out on the map. Creator is going to try and come home to defend this. He's got a Mothership, but that's going to take forever to clean all this up by itself. He's got a single carrier. But if SHIN can get a bit of anti-air, this army is not going to be dislodged anytime soon.
Yeah, that Nexus is down on the right. Then 3rd Nexus is down too. That's a huge amount of income. That 5th base down the right side is also crazy vulnerable. SHIN's really going for it. He's like, you have 1 Colossus and some Immortals.
Oh no.
This is not an engagement Creator wants.
Yeah, there is like no amount of Protoss ground units that will deal with 24 lurkers when they're sieged up.
Not so much, no. That is so many lurks with the +2 attack as well. A Greater Spire for SHIN finishing up. I don't know if he wants to get some Broodlords out in this mess or what. I mean, that's obviously what it has to be. Mothership does have a ground attack. 127 to 118 armor supply. It feels like SHIN has such a bigger army right now, but Creator's right up there with him. He just doesn't have the right stuff.
Yeah, it's because those 17 Stalkers are useless. What are they going to do, blink into these lurkers and die? Looks like Creator is just going to move across the map with some of his units to go for a base race, but this is so delayed for the Protoss. Creator could have gone for this minutes ago when he was at 200 supply with 5 bases. Now he's already got his natural just completely taken out, and like he's got 1 Nexus down here, but it is such a head start for SHIN in this base race.
Yeah, Lurker and Hydra and Ling DPS against buildings is great unless Lings don't have upgrades, which in this case they don't. Some High Templar trying to get some storms off. Maybe there you go on those Hydras, whittling them out for sure. We're not killing any lurkers here, but the Hydra count gets thinned out by quite a bit.
Oh, but does Creator have any probes out on the map? Like, his last Nexus is gonna die. He has to recall to try and save the main base because he's got no probes. He's got
oh my gosh,
6
you're right. He's
left.
At 6 probes. He's got 2 inside the main there. He did save that bottom right Nexus.
He
by
did.
showing up with enough to get the lurkers down, and he's getting these lurkers out of the main base too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of an aborted base race. Both players going for it, and then both players kind of deciding to pull back a little bit. Protoss instigating that, obviously.
Yeah, the chaos does allow the Protoss the opportunity to pick off some of these lurkers. The messy engagements, it's hard for the Zerg to have their lurkers or to keep them safe 100% of the time. Now, some are moving towards the right side. One's going to burrow. Meanwhile, Creator does have these 3 carriers. That's why SHIN kind of had to pull back. He didn't have any anti-air. He's now built 16 of these Stalkers blink forward, but then the lurkers just burrow and delete half of them. And now Lings and Hydras are chasing them down.
Yeah, John Solo says, what a great game for a decider. Absolutely bonkers game 5 here. What a fun series this has been. What a hodgepodge army Creator has. Archons, Immortals, a couple Colossus, a Mothership here.
What a
Pops the
force,
cloaking
though.
field.
The cloaking field and then the disruptors targeting down the Hydras. Creator knows that if he kills the few Hydras, there's no anti-air to deal with the carriers. And carrier interceptors are pretty cheap, so even on a small or basically no economy, Creator can keep rebuilding these interceptors.
Yeah, 15, 16 Hydras being produced at a time here from Shin, though. He knows that he needs to be able to deal with these carriers. The ground army he can deal with. As he loses another hatch here, 25 drones have died, still 37-6 though. And is there a move out over towards that remaining expansion for
Is there a recall
Oh, no.
for Creator to save this, or is he just going to let it go?
Soon. It's still on cooldown, right?
Yeah, it is still on cooldown, so this Nexus is gone now. Creator, he did run a single probe out. It didn't necessarily go far enough, and he's still got 4 out on the map, 1 in the main, 1 just out there. And he is killing the last mining base of Shin. We are in just a full-on base race right now. It's really time to pay attention to where those probes are. Creator realizes he needs a probe out on the map. It is running for its life. He's going to build a Nexus and just plop that down. Meanwhile, the mothership is going out on the map. Is he going to recall the units to the mothership? That is a great efficiency there by the Protoss.
I think he will. This main base of Shin getting burned down. Carrier's pretty good at killing stuff. There's the recall on the mothership. Takes it from the main, leaves 1 Archon behind. I'm not sure if it's even killing any buildings at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so now at this point, Shin has killed every Nexus he knows about, which means that he knows there's another Nexus here because the other player's being revealed message is not here. So he needs to hunt around for it. He's got speed overlords.
Oh, okay. This is a really tough position for the Zerg because he's effectively trapped in the main base of Creator right now. There's no Nidus, no Zerg recall in order to get these units out of here. So Creator can just take his time cleaning up whatever Shin has left, and Shin has to try and break out of this. One lurker actually runs right on by those disruptors.
That's funny. I don't know that he's trapped at all. Look at him. He just comes down the ramp, easy peasy. I mean, that ramp's the problem.
Yeah, Creator needs to be on this. There's 1 Nova getting tossed out. It kills 2 Hydras. It's 17 Hydras against 3 carriers, a mothership with some disruptors and immortals and archons to support. It's going to be close. Creator has got another disruptor shot off. It kills a Hydra. Every Hydra really matters in this situation. But at the same time, if Shin can get this Nexus, Creator's going to have to panic build a pylon or something.
He has 45 minerals. He can't build anything. Dude, this is huge. Every interceptor that dies is big too because he doesn't have the money to replace those very easily either. Disruptor gets a shot. Nope, survived that. I think this Nexus is going to die.
Creator needs to build something. Okay.
He's going for it. He does build a pylon.
And Shin's army is gone. That's it. GG. Oh, boy.
He saved the Nexus and killed the army. What a baller ending. Creator reverse sweeps Shin.
That was a stressful game just watching. I can't believe that Creator was able to pull off the reverse sweep. Well done to our Protoss, well, to one of our Protoss players. That was incredible.
That was a ridiculous series. Again, I would have put money on Shin to win that thing, but Creator's like, nah, we got motherships, we've got Colossus, we have disruptors. People say they're bad now. Watch this.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
awesome.
He ends up, man, just barely eking it out there at the end. Lost so many of his probes. But yeah, the lurkers didn't quite get the job done. He had enough immortals and carriers to handle it, and no corruptors for those carriers was a big play too. So excellent win. That's our first series of the day. We're going to take a bit of a break here. Come back with the second best of 5 featuring ByuN and herO, which should be a barn burner. And so don't go anywhere. Sign up, get an account here on SOOP Live. Give a follow to LaughNgamez. It looks like some of you have followed, so thanks for doing that. And click the Matcherino link while we're gone.
Yeah, hit up that Matcherino while we all get some water and get the vetoes done for the next match. We'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we'll see you soon.
Don't go anywhere.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a little break. I hope you all got some snacks, got some water, whatever it may be. And we have got more great StarCraft coming up soon.
Yeah, it's ByuN, it's herO. herO may be the best Protoss player in the world right now. ByuN, a legend in his own right. It's going to be a PvT best of 5. The winner goes on to challenge Creator in our finals best of 7.
Yeah, and that last series was so darn good. If anything can top it or match it, it's going to be ByuN versus herO though.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It can top it, but man, I would not bet any amount of money on topping that last series. It's a reverse sweep. I mean, it's got 2 separate base races in it, which is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what we get here.
I think that's probably one of the best series we've had in the SOOP Starcraft Global in a while. Like, that was great.
So good. Yeah, one of my favorite series of the SOOP Live so far. We're on number 10.
Okay, here we are in the top left, representing Team Rebellion and representing them well. It's ByuN.
Be proud to have him. I'm in the top right. Again, probably best Protoss player on Earth. It's herO. Whose spinning portrait is that?
It's herO.
I thought it was, but like no one else does this, herO.
I love it. That's the confidence right there. It's like, yeah, my portrait. Hey, if my portrait was in the game of StarCraft 2, I'd use it.
Oh, sure, but I'm just saying nobody else does this. Like, Cyril doesn't have a spinning portrait of his face. Neither does ByuN. Neither does Maru. Neither does Raynor. Sometimes they're funny. Like, sometimes I think I've seen Maru have Special's face around his command centers, which is awesome. But come on, herO. Like, I love you, man. But seriously, anyway. Hey, look, it's a proxy Rax.
Yeah, how about that? And that is a very, very proxy Rax. I love the positioning on it, too, by ByuN. Just in a position so that even if herO does find it, then the SCV can be safe by these minerals.
Very nice placement. I like it very much, too. All right, man. So herO, unscouted cheese versus ByuN. Ugh. Cybernetics core being warped in. We've got a Reaper on the way, as is expected here. This SCV is just patrolling back and forth. And then at the timing of an SCV scout, he uses the SCV to scout.
Yeah, in comes this SCV, gonna be like, hey, I'm totally blocking your natural. And then there's a Reaper coming on in too, so this is gonna make herO finish his Zealot so he can kill that as quickly as possible. And in comes the Reaper now, and the Reaper can fight the Zealot. However, it's actually gonna try and target down a probe or two. I like that herO attacked that Reaper with the single probe, so that means it's not gonna regenerate HP. But this is still potentially gonna be a few dead workers and a very delayed natural base.
Reaper shows up way earlier than it should. Everybody hates this in every matchup for sure. 2 probes go down. It's impossible to get a probe kill these days with a Reaper. But hey, proxy a Reaper and you too can get 2 probe kills even against herO.
Yeah, when it's showing up a couple, like solid 10 seconds early or whatever the travel time is.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to stop as Protoss, even if you go Cybercore first. herO did take basically the acceptable amount of workers lost, which is 2. Like, 1 to 2 is okay for the Protoss in this scenario.
Absolutely. It's acceptable losses here. Cool. Stargate getting fired up here. Do we think Phoenixes? What do we think with a Stargate here?
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's gonna make Void Rays against a Terran, so it's gotta be those Phoenix, which is a bold move from herO. I like it though. Gives you that map control as the Protoss. It can shut down things like Widowmine drops, which, surprise, surprise, it seems ByuN is aiming for.
Hallucinated Phoenix comes in for the scout, sees everything.
And there's that Phoenix on the way.
anytime a Protoss makes a Phoenix against Terran, it takes me back to the early Legacy of the Void days when the Phoenix Adept was murdering Terran players on the ladder.
Yeah. I don't even think that was the Phoenix doing the heavy lifting in that scenario. It was just Adepts were so good.
Yeah, the Adepts were really good, but I mean the Phoenix were lifting tanks and stuff, so I mean they were useful, I would say.
Yeah, it's true, but like it was. I think it was just Adepts were so darn good back then. Like they had like 40 extra health.
Yeah, and they two-shot Marines. Like that was the big thing.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Such an elegant fix too, right? Just dumping the DPS just by the tiniest of amounts, so you 3-shot Marines. Now.
That was one of the greatest balance changes ever done in Starcraft 2.
Yes, there needs to be like a Hall of Fame of just elegant balance changes in Starcraft 2, because that would be on the list.
I believe it was Liquid Bunny who suggested that. So every time you queue up a ladder game as a Terran, say a thank you to Liquid Bunny.
Yeah, say a little prayer to Liquid Bunny. Light a candle. All right, Phoenix being all sorts of annoying. Couple SCVs dying here and there. What's this? A PVZ? What are Phoenix harassing Terran for?
Oh, the medevac. The 3 Marines is not enough to chase a Phoenix away.
Yeah, got to micro that out of harm's way there. Another SCV dies. What's killing probes on the other end?
It's a Liberator. It turns out having your Phoenix on the other side of the map leaves you a little bit open. Oh, is he going to get a sentry? No. Gets another probe. Another 2 probes.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there from herO, but taking the Liberator out does make you feel better about things. 7 probes down in just the last couple of minutes here, thanks to the GameHeart user interface telling us that. Robotic support bay coming in here from herO. He's making immortals. He's getting charged, which is such an important upgrade here in this matchup. Having those zealots with charge is great.
Yeah.
And Phoenix continuing to shark around. I guess they're going after more SCVs. There's one.
He's so far away from charge, though, and ByuN has already got stimmed bio. With medivacs to support, like, this is a little bit concerning for herO. herO at least hasn't invested in a 3rd base, because if he does, I don't think it will be too long for this world. He's actually invested in quite a large ground force.
Yeah, this is bad news. Takes down the rocks. Easier to get across the map now. Hallucinated Colossus.
He just
might
parks
put some
it.
Fear into ByuN here. Yeah, I don't know if it's even going to get any use. It's just there, and ByuN is not attacking.
Yeah, I will say herO's delay of this 3rd base is very mature, and the fact that he did invest in such a big ground army is actually exactly what you need to do against this kind of bioforce. Force field save his bacon.
And he can't lift over it because the Phoenix are there. That's kind of, I love that. Like,
yeah.
I would lift and go over this normally, but the Phoenix are like zap, 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 zap.
herO does have a Colossus for real right now. However, it's got to get up here in order to save this Nexus. The battery gets targeted down, and ByuN just needs a few more shots on this Nexus to cancel it. That would be big damage if he can pull that off. Phoenix are lifting up Marines just to remove damage from the equation as herO steps forward. These are actually some really nice lifts with these Phoenix. Getting some little pickoffs, driving ByuN back, and saving the 3rd base.
Not bad at all. That was a bit of a tough hold, but he managed to pull it off there. No extended thermal lance, only 1 Colossus. The Phoenix are putting in some heavy lifting today from herO. I'm loving it.
Yeah. Now, ByuN does still have a formidable bio army. However, with herO getting into this Colossus tech, having charge, he even saved his 3rd base with his face on it, so he's happy about that.
Widow Mines to counter ye old Phoenix. I love that. Making 4 ghosts at a time. They are 3 supply now instead of 2. SCV is getting picked off like crazy here. ByuN still has a worker advantage, 56 to 48, and has mules, which is bad.
Yeah, herO, that is actually a very, very low worker count for 9 minutes into the game as Protoss. But I mean, as far as situations go for herO, I don't think I'd really have it any other way after that Liberator harassment. Like, he's at least set up so that he can play this game out later. He's trying to find damage with his Phoenix, and he might... Oh, he just about finds a Ghost there. Just gonna grab a few more SCVs. He's doing what he can. And look at that, 7 dead SCVs.
Still down in workers, which isn't great, and Mule still exists, so the income is still favoring ByuN by quite a bit here, but the man's got his Colossus. Storm is finishing up now. He's got the tools.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of...
herO's got this glass cannon that those High Templar in the Prism, very high stakes, whether you can get that Psystorm off on the Terran bio. EMPs hit a lot of this Protoss force. herO's moving forward. The Phoenix can't really lift too many of these units, but he can still chase this Terran army back, maybe pick off a few medivacs. There's the Prism moving forward, drops Psystorm and catches a good chunk of the Terran bio. However, a lot of those Phoenix do go down, but still herO, he's just going for the throat, it looks like.
He is. 2 Colossus, Immortals, Stalkers, very injured, fighting Widowmine, trying to get out of that Widowmine red line area there. Wise to wipe them out as well. Yeah, army value 70 to 60 in favor of ByuN, but a lot of the stuff is overstimmed and pretty dangerous here. And yeah, he can warp in reinforcements at the front here. He can shuttle some of these Colossus as necessary. There you go, warping in some more Zealots. SCVs pulled, boys. It's a desperation time now for ByuN. SCVs dying like crazy. Charge Lots trying to do what they can. EMP's getting tossed down, getting the Colossus to the back. The Vikings getting some shots off. However, and I think ByuN's going to hold this. The Immortals get riggedy wrecked. Wow, 61 to 14 army supply. herO's army got murked there.
Yeah, herO's army just got turned into mulch. I really got to give it to ByuN for realizing how dire that situation was, realizing herO's intentions, and then pulling the SCVs pretty much right away. Like, ByuN pre-pulled those SCVs. It wasn't an, oh man, I'm losing this fight, I better pull my SCVs. No, he had them ready because he knew that that fight was make or break. And now I'm not sure if herO's going to be able to hold on in this game. I'm pretty sure he's not.
Yeah, that army value difference is absolutely atrocious. Like, being able to hold here against what ByuN is offering, that's not happening. This base is getting canceled. I like that hero's throwing up Blink. He's like, maybe with some of the best Blink micro in the history of all time, we can do this. Widowmine's ready for that Zealot run-by attempt. They get so mad. They're chasing after the Widowmines. ByuN, kiting. So frustrating to deal with the Terran army that's kiting so excellently as they do in ByuN's hand.
herO's not dead, though, which is... I honestly thought he might have been out of this game by now, so... ByuN is playing this very cautiously, very respectfully. He just killed the Protoss's 4th. This is going to give herO more time to play it out, and he does have Psystorm, so there's always a chance he can get a really good engagement off. He can even make use of that battery or energy recharge ability to give him another High Templar with energy if he needs to, if, say, all his Templar get EMP'd. Still, though, it is quite a rough position for the Protoss.
Absolutely. Yeah, and can't be happy about where he is, down half of the army supply of ByuN right now.
Oh my god.
Again, these Zealots are like, hey, that's not fair. We're supposed to be able to get run-bys in your mineral line whenever we want.
ByuN's found out the answer is just to leave 4 Widowmines parked at your 3rd base.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Now, things are going to get worse for herO as this game goes on, as ByuN's 2-2 upgrades are just about to finish, which is going to make this Terran army monstrous. Now, the Terran is going for quite a high-stakes drop, heading into the main base of the Protoss, and herO is not in position to deal with this. Is there a Ghost in this drop that can EMP this Nexus as well?
Yes.
Deny the recall. herO does recall ahead of time, though, so that isn't an option for ByuN, but now he can always move in towards the natural with the rest of this army. That's exactly what he's going to do. That being said, Psystorm is blanketing this Terran force, and the Colossus stay alive, which is important. And
wow,
ByuN
I can't believe herO's not dead. How is herO not dead?
Yeah, ByuN backs off, fires up +2 armor, and...
Armor value is better than it's been over the last 3 minutes here from herO. He decides, yeah, being down 30 armor supply is fine. Let's push across the map here. Expand to a 4th base down the left side here. Try to get some storms down. These Colossus are absolute veterans and heroes today.
Vikings get some good shots off, killing one of the Colossus. The second one falls. That puts all the onus on the High Templar in order to get the work done. But there's the EMPs. One final Psystorm lands for herO, trying to cover his retreat to get back. Does he have another Storm? Not yet. He's about a few seconds off. And well, 2-2 Terran Bio, soon to be 3-3, 175 supply to 122. herO's fighting as well as he can, but there's only so much you can do from a position like this.
Absolutely. I mean, 112 to 58 army supply. EMP gets tossed down on the Archon and the High Templar. Good target. Widowmine gets a nice hit off on those Zealots. They don't even avenge their dead friends there. Storm's getting tossed back and forth here. This, I do not know how this is continuing.
Yeah, ByuN is really respecting herO in this game. Probably a little bit too much. He's got his Vikings towards the left, ready to intercept a Prism. The rest of his army just being healed up slowly by Medivacs, as ByuN does keep eating Psystorms.
Yeah, man, Viking count is big enough. I mean, Colossus really not a problem here. Good Storm on the Vikings, weakening those guys, bruising them up too. herO expanding up the left side further. Dude, if herO wins this game, it's going to be with the nuttiest PBTs I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, particularly when ByuN has 11 ghosts in his army. There should not be any shields left on this Protoss force, and ByuN, he just keeps eating Psystorms. Like, I don't know, man. Position a few ghosts a little further ahead and EMP the whole Protoss army. Now hero's going to charge forward, and then he just backs on out. As he should, against 11 ghosts. But like, ByuN, he's just so overstimmed. This is getting, this is ridiculous. herO is up to 67 probes. He's getting a 5th base up now. 3-2 upgrades on the way.
Dude, herO is recovering like an absolute boss right now in a way that I didn't think he could.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's why we watch, man. For moments like this, I can't believe he's doing it. 129 to 112 army supply. Worker count is about even again. Still not great.
Yeah, where are the drops for ByuN is kind of all I'm asking right now. Like, he's had a bigger army supply than the Protoss, yet he hasn't been pressuring at all for the past few minutes. Now he's moving out. His army is still not at full HP because of these constant Psystorms that hero's been going for. And there is a High Templar to the left, and EMP hits it. However, a High Templar can drop a Psystorm even after being EMP'd once. Full energy one's got to be EMP'd twice.
ByuN trying to dodge storms and head down. Landed Vikings getting some damage done here. Love that for those guys. No Colossus to hit. Might as well do that. EMP on the Archons responding on the right side here. And herO is going to probably save this Nexus, man. Just got enough Immortals, getting big chunks off on those Marauders for sure. EMPs trying to hit these Archons, and they do pop 1, 2, 3 there. Immortals alone, not quite sure if it's enough to do it here. It's a very overstimmed army from ByuN. But once again, he finds himself fighting just a couple of Immortals and a single Colossus. No, he does have to get on out of there.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. herO took, I guess, as good of a fight as he could. ByuN does have 3-3 upgrades done now, though. He's got quite a good economy, floating over a 5th base. But herO, he kept his 5th alive. He's getting up a 6 behind this. A Liberator is going to harass the Protoss a tiny bit. Another Liberator moving out. But like, yeah, ByuN is being so passive this game. He just wiped out the majority of the Protoss army. And he's still 100%. Being very, very passive.
Yeah, I mean, he's done this a couple times already. Wiped out the majority of the Protoss army and then, like, tried to follow up, and it just doesn't go as well. Zealots
EMP.
at the front here. Yeah, EMP is getting tossed down. Zealots getting thinned out a little bit with the EMP. Another Colossus goes down. 2 Colossus now part of the group here. It's a constantly swapping number here. And 80, 90 to 56 army supply. Every time I look at it, herO's in trouble.
Another Liberator gets set up. That's some good harassment. herO's pushing ByuN's 4th base somehow with Stalkers.
Right? Some magical way. This is the craziest PvT I have seen in a long time. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, these Stalkers are like, just keeping an eye on the army. We can't really fight anything here. Just with the Stalkers. Yeah, Concussive Shell slows one of them, murders it. He's never really... doesn't have the 3 Colossus thing going today, which is weird.
Yeah, like, I don't really know why ByuN's pushing back right now. He's got 6 Vikings against 2 Colossus, and then 8 Ghosts against 3 High Templar.
Yeah, I wonder what he's so worried about. I mean, a million charge lots, sure.
Yeah, but he's got EMP.
Yeah, he's got the EMP. The Vikings getting 3 hits off on those Colossus. Again, not really a lot of Stalkers here, and they have to worry about the ground army, too. And once again, this army for herO is just getting crushed. 9 probes die at the left side.
Oh my gosh.
That's going on. A Widowmine attack of massive proportions. This does not have drilling claws. Or an armory. I don't even know what he's doing with all these Widowmines. Yeah, 120 to 70 army supply now. I mean, there's a lot of bases here from herO, but every time he tries to engage, bad things happen. ByuN just can't quite close this thing out.
ByuN is maxed out against the 150 supply of herO. He can't close it out, but then again, it almost looks like he's just playing way too passive.
He's eating a lot of storms. EMPs do hit that High Templar after the effect with that storm there. Trying to expand down this left side. Got an orbital lifting running against these Stalkers. And that Colossus is retreating back, and manages to... Oh, does get sniped by a couple extra shots there. Attacking up a ramp here is ByuN. He decides, I don't know that he cares anymore. These Zealots are getting thinned out pretty heavily. EMP is a big part of that for sure. Now there's a handful of Mortals and a handful of Stalkers. The High Templar come in just to buy enough time and maybe make this a possible engagement here. But man, 76 to 14 army supply. Again, ByuN is way up in army supply. And finally,
GG.
he closes it out after 22
Oh my gosh,
minutes.
that was so painful.
Like, I'm glad ByuN figured it out, because if he'd lost that game, my heart would have been broken for him, because he had that thing won several times and just couldn't quite finish it out. So GG there. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, my camera appears to be missing.
Should be fixed now.
Excellent. Anyway, yeah, GG. Game 1 goes to our guy, ByuN. Wow. I mean, I guess maybe this is a pretty even match, just because right now Protoss is struggling so much against Terran, but herO is the better player right now. So maybe that's why that turned into a crazy 22-minute PvT. So, yeah, we're going to go to Neon Violet Square next, which is another older map, and I love it.
Yeah, ByuN definitely was respecting herO a little bit too much in that match, I think. But he got the win. So now we can...
and I mean, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters at the end of the day, so...
You get the win and you're a happy camper. So Neon Violet Square, another old Legacy of the Void map. Super fun. Got little pachinko things in the middle there where your units are bouncing around. Their pathing gets all weird. The coloring is, unique really to this map. Nobody else is quite this pink. All right, south side of Neon Violet Square. He's got his own spinning portrait. He has a Carbot's Star Spray as well. It's herO. Carbot animation.
And in the top left, representing Rebellion, it's ByuN. Neon Violet Square, a very fun map.
Yeah, absolutely. just stylistically, one of the more interesting ones over the years, one that I've definitely remembered. And when it came back to the map pool, I was like, wow, all right, Neon Violet Square.
Yeah, definitely had some great games on this map, that's for sure.
You got that secret little third base you can take back behind your natural and your main, which is very cool, but doesn't quite have as many resources as other ones do. There's the pachinko, plink, 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 plink. Plink, 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 plink. And, like, they choose different paths going through it. You can have, like, a bunch of lings coming through, and they'll choose different ways to get through it, which just so visually weird, man.
herO comes in with a probe scout, seeing that ByuN's Rax is where it belongs, unlike in the previous match. And ByuN just goes for a Marine. I can't blame him for not going for a Reaper on Neon Violet Square. It's not exactly a Reaper-friendly map.
No, not so much. Yeah, so this probe block is pretty good. Ooh, almost block construction of the guy off-center anyway, which would have been annoying for ByuN for sure. And checking to make sure there's no shenanigans going on back down here at this space. No pylons got thrown up, anything like that. Just sure against somebody like herO. He will sneak it up on you for sure. John Solo says, we'll be here until tomorrow morning with these games. Yeah, depending on what time zone we're in, I guess. It's already tomorrow morning in some places.
That is definitely true.
The East Coast is way past midnight.
Yeah, that's even with starting an hour earlier than we sometimes do.
Right, exactly. Pretty insane. All right, anything crazy here? No proxies getting thrown up, no pylons in weird locations. Just going for that Twilight Council. Going to be probably Blink, a safe opening. Got to figure out what went wrong for him in game number 1 there. I do think it was choosing to fully engage after ByuN had pulled the SCVs for buffering purposes. I thought it would go well for herO, but I mean, he's smarter than me, so he should have a better sense of how that was going to end.
He was just pretty far behind already when he was committing to that attack, so it was an uphill battle the whole time.
Fair enough. Didn't really have a choice. Sometimes that happens.
ByuN is seemingly building into a Medivac Widow Mine drop with some Marines, but as that first mine pops on out, you may just keep the mine at home and then drop with the Marines. Really is dealer's choice. As a hallucinated Phoenix flies on in for herO, it avoids that Widow Mine, but it doesn't avoid the other one. I didn't even see that second mine.
Me neither. So tricky. Crazy annoying.
I remember when that like first came around, putting Widow Mines behind refineries.
Yeah.
It was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. As a Terran that was losing like 20 to 30 SCVs a game to Oracles, you're like, oh, you just put a Widow Mine back here and then it dies.
Like, fancy. Huh. Hardly requires any effort whatsoever. I like the early Raven from ByuN. Big fan of Ravens. We need more Ravens in our life.
Forge on the way with Blink about to finish for herO. The Protoss economy is going to be in a bit of a weird state with that half base. However, it's going to give herO access to lots of gas, and ByuN actually commits to the Widow Mine drop. The Mad Lad just gets a probe, and that gets shut down.
Bummer.
The Raven goes for some harassment, gets 2 probes, but then goes down. And while ByuN is moving out to take a 3rd base, so while he is going for a 3 racks opening, he isn't exactly planning on just staying on 2 bases.
Yeah, pretty chill at this point. Restwarb in chat asked, do these maps favor a specific race, or are they generally pretty balanced? They try to go for balance, but yeah, sometimes maps are favored for one race or the other. They keep track of that at Team Liquid.
Yeah, the veto system is pretty darn good these days since we have 9 maps, because that means that each player can ban 2 maps that they don't want to play on, which means that if there is a map that's super imbalanced, it just won't be played by the nature of the game, so.
Yep. So, I mean, they try their best.
Oh, dear.
Obviously, blink in.
Oh,
1,
ByuN.
2. Ah.
Okay.
Everything was in that drop, I guess. His whole everything was in there. I mean, he only lost one of the medevacs. I don't think the other one was not going to be okay either. So we tie the series up 1 game to 1. ByuN decides, can't play it from there. Let's head on into game number 3. What a weird series this is.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a good opening for him.
No. Couldn't be happy about it. And then losing a full medevac is just adding insult to injury at that point. So let's hop on in to our next map here. Map number 3 of this best of 5 is El Dorado, which I like. I like every map where you spawn on the same side of the map as your opponent by default. Reminds me of Golden Wall, which is a map with a ton of legendary matches on it. A little bit different in its own way for sure. So I'm curious to see how this is going to get played by both of these players. And let's hop on into our next match. Sign up for SOOP Live.
Yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in today.
He must have read John's comment and wanted a fast match. That's funny. Good job, Phoenix. All right. Bam. Bottom right of El Dorado. It is our man, herO, like Don Quixote.
And in the bottom left, it's ByuN.
Okay, so again, you spawn bottom left and bottom right here. You've got this little path along the bottom you can follow to find your enemy's base. There are gold bases you can take. There's high ground. There's low ground. It's a total crazy situation here. And I'm looking forward to see how this is going to work between 2 incredible players, a Terran and a Protoss.
Yeah, pardon my lack of observing for a second there. I was just pulling up ByuN's Aligalak to see how he's been doing overall lately, and he hasn't been doing too terrible. Dropping a couple series and stuff, but nothing awful.
Not playing a lot, yeah.
Yeah, still playing a ByuN amount. herO's probe being a nuisance.
As probes do, as SEVs do. So you can expand towards your opponent in the bottom right there as long as you mine through that mineral wall. And I'm curious to see if either player will do that. Zerg's like doing that on this map, but I haven't seen a Protoss or a Terran do that. Yeah, curious how that's going to work out for you. A Reaper on the way, normal stuff. Not a proxy. Probe sees it, not going to have to worry about anything back home. Cybercore finishing up right as it needs to.
It definitely is an interesting map with the option to take that expansion through the mineral wall, because the other expansions, like looking at them, like if you take your 3rd towards the north, then you've kind of got, like, it's very easy to be cut off between your natural and your 3rd by a push or something, but then you've also got this ramp to kind of counteract against that a little bit, which is
a little tricky.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit tricky.
Got some gold coins at the base of the Xel'Naga Watchtower. Kind of nice. as a reward. There's gold all over the map because it is El Dorado, which is the city of gold in Legends. Spanish Legends. Aztec Legends, I think. Maybe a mistranslation. All right, so 2 Reapers moving across the map here. We've got Hellions on the way back home. We've got a Starport as well. Adepts waiting for these Reapers, but we can hop up here.
And they do just that.
The mineral line and pulling the probes here and then hop right up into the main base.
Oh.
Not even killing a probe and not even killing another probe.
Oh my gosh,
excellent
pull.
probe pills, good micro, and these Reapers are in the red. Need some time to heal up, but no Hellion coming in to finish off the Reapers, finish off the probes that the Reapers have bruised up here. And there we go. So both probes.
Oh my gosh.
2 probes that have been bruised up and lining them up. Another one before he goes down. 3 probes down for the 2 Reapers and the Hellion.
Yeah, not a tremendous amount of damage. He did get some lost mining time in there as well. We pull up that graph, you can see the spike for ByuN, where herO had a lot of his probes off the mineral line. Now, the problem with this as a Terran is when you commit to a Reaper and a Hellion early on, it takes away from your defense. Now, the Widow Mine almost connects with the Adepts, but not quite. herO is either lucky or skilled to have avoided that.
Yeah, 3 shots to kill an SCV here makes that guy alive. Medevac healing up as well is also very nice. And more Marines being produced all the time. Cyclone being added in. Warp Prism getting fired up pretty early here. And the Adepts inside the main base get cleared out, but not before 7 total SCVs go down. So giving more than he has taken here is herO.
That is a lot of damage by... herO for just a few Adepts. Now, ByuN, he is going for a Banshee, which is quite unique. A Banshee, a Siege Tank, and Marines. He's potentially just going for a tank push. Now, herO, he's got an Observer in great position to spot this. He's got 3 Stalkers to intercept the Medivac as well. And then a Prism looking for a backstab, too. I mean...
yeah, herO is just ready for everything right now.
Yeah, the backstab potential of this Prism is ginormous as ByuN is just rallying all his units across the map. 2 Marines see that Prism, and then he's like, oh dear. And...
into the main base of herO. Marines unloading. The Stalkers out of position here. 3 probes, 4 probes, 5 probes go down. Good response here by a couple of Stalkers, but with the shield battery, yes, they can do pretty well here, but normally not a fight they want to take. So going to leave a couple Marines behind. No, the Medevac gets killed. We have to fight. We must. So they do kill another Stalker. My gosh, the stutter step is so good here, but the shield battery is a huge benefit. Going after the probes instead. 9 probes go down. 10 probes go down. What an insanely effective 1 Medevac Marine drop that was. Wow.
It really, really was. It got repelled the first time, but then ByuN went back in after herO was focused on the front. And showing us that persistence pays off. And yeah, just really great micro on those Marines too, alternating between fighting the Stalkers and then the probes. And now ByuN, he's got this Viking out. He finds the Prism of herO. That's going to remove any backstab potential if ByuN wants to try and push out, but instead he's just staying at home. He does have 1 Banshee out. I think he might have been building a second, but maybe he canceled it.
Yeah, I don't see any sign of it anywhere.
Yeah, maybe I'm mistaken there. Anyway, herO invests in his 3rd base, but ByuN changed the pace of this game by taking a 3rd in his base rather early on.
Psystorm coming in. It's been his friend in the first couple of games for sure. Never want to skimp out on that spell, no matter what matchup you're playing in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much always worth it. We saw how many Psystorms herO utilized in that previous match.
Yeah. Nice feedback and execution of that Banshee. Good combination there. High Templar are getting its work done even without Psystorm yet. What a great unit it is. Not so good that Protoss are winning any premier tournaments, but pretty good unit nevertheless. Tanks being added into the mix here for the first time, I think. get tanks in the first 2 games? I'm not sure that we did.
No,
Maybe
we
one.
didn't.
Might have been. There was one because I wanted the Phoenix to pick up one of the tanks, but it didn't.
Right.
But there weren't that many other than that, I don't think. So yeah, kind of lighter on those today.
Yeah, ByuN is really slowing the game down by going for those tanks, by going for this third base. We'll see if he can utilize the tanks for a bigger push later on. It's all really going to come down to the positioning, what time ByuN decides to move out, whether herO's ready to intercept it or not, and can force a siege out of those tanks or picks them off with the stalkers. ByuN does elect to float that command center down to the third. He's going to have to mine out this mineral wall in order to do so, but there he goes, loading up 2 medivacs full of units.
SCV's bugging out as they're trying to mine through, and yeah, ByuN does take this base. Again, easier to do when you can lift off your orbitals like that.
herO has spotted this medivac move out. There is High Templars in the Prism. They can feed back the medivacs. Double feedback. Nicely done. Thankfully for Terran, those don't explode instantly like they used to. herO is queuing up a Zealot run-by, however, ByuN has got a nice wall on the top of that ramp, so it may be on the Prism to get some harassment done.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Is ByuN just going to push out, like, through the south? Or is he going to... Yeah, because herO's mining this out, too. He's opening up that attack path. And this could be a good attack path to go with siege tanks that ByuN has.
Could be crazy dangerous here. Extended Thermal Lance getting fired up with the Colossus that are on the way. Concussive Shell coming in at 10 minutes. It's kind of a late upgrade, but hasn't really had much cause for it yet. Sniping 2 probes and knobs as he's coming across here. Sees that probe mine out that wall and says, maybe we could set something up here and start pushing on herO from this direction.
Yeah, the Protoss player is electing to expand more towards the middle.
Yeah, kind of towards the middle top side of the map here. ByuN gets spotted with his drop up north. He picks up. Kind of hiding among these trees a little bit, trying to make sure a top right base doesn't get taken here by herO, which seems to be the next logical place for it to go, if I had to guess where herO's going to expand next.
Yeah, and ByuN is really just playing this quite passively, which is exactly how he played game number 1, and it kind of eventually worked out. It was an interesting approach. 2 Widow Mines, kill a Zealot. ByuN takes the gold base.
Yeah, I love this from him. Mining from that backside. Kind of a weird position to mine from with the minerals arcing away from you. But yeah, he's maxed out. herO's at 160 supply. ByuN's getting all the upgrades known to mankind. He's got +1, +1, +2, +2s coming in pretty here soon. Might wait for that attack. And a Stargate. Double, triple Stargate comes in. And a Fleet Beacon.
ByuN is playing this so passively. A Psystorm goes down, EMPs get dropped, so the High Templar, and the Prism actually died in that as well.
Yeah, that's huge. Warp Prism kind of a big deal right now for the Protoss. Is herO trying to get, like, a Tempest? Are we thinking?
That's
Carrier's
what he's going to be going for, I think.
Gotta be. Carrier's not good here, especially with someone at ByuN's level, and he already has Vikings. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
of course, Vikings are good against the Tempest, too.
This is such an interesting game. ByuN is going to have so much money. He has a drop going down, well, going up in the upper right-hand side of the map, I guess, and...
does not pick up in the face of overwhelming Zealot attacks.
He just takes the trade and is now going to seize the day to move towards the natural base. His units are clogged up in this choke point. And he eats a big size storm.
That's the danger of going through that tiny little
It
choke,
really
man.
is.
It is carriers. What? WTF, man. What hero, friend, Roman countryman. We're making carriers? Really? In a PvT? Really?
I am okay seeing a Protoss try and make this work.
I mean, me too. There's this incredible game from like 5 years ago where Hearthstone beat Mario with carriers. It's one of the most like insane PvTs of all time. But
yeah.
the reason people remember it is because it never happens.
Yeah, Terrans are just so darn good these days when it comes to dealing with that sort of late game Protoss army. Like, gone are the days which Terran would lose half their army to a disruptor shot over and over again.
Right.
And then just EMP and Vikings beats Carrier Templar for the most part.
Sure does. Vikings were produced and developed specifically to kill things like carriers. Big, flying, chonky things.
What? Look at this. ByuN's just building, like...
You said he has a ton of money.
He does. He's got so much money thanks to that first gold base and soon to be the second gold base. But, like, yeah, this is... And then just El Dorado makes it so different, because it's not like they're splitting a map evenly. They're both just taking one side of the map. Very odd shapes. So herO, he's going to expand to the dead center. Meanwhile, ByuN has the dead southern center. The pathing on this map is just a nightmare as well.
It really is.
It's going to change a little bit once ByuN mines out these rich minerals.
That'll be nice. Couple zealots dying immediately to everything. Somehow ByuN has a ton of money but doesn't have a bank, even though he's maxed out.
Yeah, I guess he just keeps building stuff, getting his upgrades going. There's triple command centers on the way. I would love to see ByuN get up some more racks. Like, he's on 6 bases or whatever with a huge economy. Build a couple more barracks. Why don't you, ByuN? That way if you do lose your army, you can rebuild it easy. Like, yeah, this is so bizarre.
It really is. We've got 3-3 across the board, plus 3 air weapons getting fired up here for these Vikings. herO out of position.
Okay,
for this
ByuN
attack.
comes on in. However, we got to remember what happened last time he went through this choke point.
He does get stormed again, losing 1 Marauder this time. Could have been worse.
Yeah, I think ByuN may want to mine out those few minerals. herO is taking the Nexus above ByuN's natural.
Making 5 command centers at once is
Like,
ByuN.
what
too.
is
Let's keep
what
that
is
in
this? Are these guys trying to rewrite the TVP meta or something? Because ByuN's like, I'm not attacking, I'm a Terran. I've spent the past 14 years attacking.
Yeah.
Or
I'm bored of attacking. I'm just going to play defensive from now on.
Yeah, so it would seem turrets are helping deal with some of these interceptors, but honestly not that well. Tanks on the ground and a beautiful time warp from herO as the Protoss surges forward. The Vikings really need to target fire down that mothership and the carriers.
Yeah.
That's where they get their efficiency. ByuN is building orbitals in the face of this overwhelming aggression.
Where do the Vikings go? Hit something, you guys. There aren't that many stalkers on the ground. He's worried about getting stormed, I guess.
Good EMP goes down. Vikings do volley down 1 carrier. Another one can go down as well.
Yep, eats a storm, but it's a 2 volley on these carriers. A lot. They're still wasting time, attacking interceptors a little bit. 1 carrier does, or 1 Colossus gets killed. Another carrier dies. Mothership is gone too. The storms are incredible here from herO, but he's limping back home. And ByuN is only too happy to let him do that. Look how many bases this man has.
He's got 7
command
orbitals.
Unupgraded command centers too. He's got a bunch of those as well.
Now, herO, he is pushing across the map, and I am a little bit concerned for ByuN because he has really neglected the ground army. He's making 7 Vikings, but that doesn't exactly help against mass zealots. Still, it turns out 3-3 Bio is pretty good as he absorbs all those charge lots. The carriers are mostly out of interceptors. ByuN has ghosts on the ground moving forward. And Vikings in the skies helping target down some of these units. In come so many zealots for herO, though. He's got 13 gateways. The ghosts are going to cloak as a response to these zealots, but I would like to see ByuN get some more barracks up or something, because his bioproduction is lacking a little bit.
We might get a nuke here for Phoenix.
We may get the nuke.
Been reading chat. I mean, if it's going to be any game, it's this one. This has been the wonkiest TVP I have seen in years.
Okay, a big zealot counterattack by herO gets found by ByuN. That's really nice for the Terran, not having to worry about that. And there's the nuke.
Phoenix of War. A resident nuke fan Canadian is just so happy right now.
And it's actually... Oh, is it going to go down?
Do not kill him.
Oh, it does go down. Pardon my observing, but...
The ghost died at the very last possible second with the nuke still landing. Huge connection, killing a ton of those cannons. How do we deal with these zealots, though? EMP, I guess.
3-3 bio kind of takes care of that itself. Now we do have herO moving into disruptors. Now it's his turn to deal with the wonky pathing as his army trails through there. So ByuN's got to go around to deal with that. The Terran player has 15 Vikings, so herO seems to be backing off away from the giant air army as he just goes into disruptors and mass zealots, which I suppose is a composition. The Vikings kill all the carriers. Disruptors get a good connection off on that Terran force. ByuN, I think, is really going to need a bit more bioproduction if he's going to match the pace of herO right now.
Dude, yeah, herO's got like 7 bases he's rolling with. He's getting chased back. He's making more Marauders and Marines, but can he keep up with what herO is rolling?
Oh my gosh, ByuN, what are you doing?
He lifts every orbital he has, repositions them slightly, and continues to call down mules as required, apparently. I don't know where he calls down mules, though.
I don't even think he is muling that much. Like, he's got a lot of energy on some of these CCs.
Maybe they're for scans because of the cloak?
He's just more focused on microing his army. Vikings are going to try and deal with the mothership. However, cloaking field does go down, so ByuN will actually need a scan to deal with that. A beautiful time warp disruptor combo from herO, and ByuN's play style may be catching up to him a little bit. Just I mean,
he is down in worker count, army value, and overall supply right now. SCVs are dying. He does call down some mules. This gold base, this planetary, is going to get popped. It only has 2 armor instead of 3 now, which, again, I don't know why we were asking for that, but whatever. And more High Templar joining this party. 11 SCVs dying all the time. The giant death ball here from herO is a pretty big deal. He's got zealots running all over the place. He's expanding top left during all of this chaos, too, just taking stuff that is on ByuN's side of the map, and ByuN running out of cash, running out of dudes. Zealots causing major problems. The Psystorms are blanking.
Oh my gosh, there's so many disruptors.
ByuN is falling apart here, folks.
More and more disruptor novas go down. ByuN is pretty good at targeting those down, so he does take care of a couple of them. He does still have a bit of a bio force over. He's dodging Psystorm's disruptors. Somehow there's another time warp from the mothership. And ByuN pushes back against herO's assault. He's down to 38 SCVs, so he's really going to need to make use of those orbitals right now. Like, he's almost got 150 energy on some of these CCs. There should be more mules getting dropped on that base so he can remake 100%. All his stuff.
I mean, you can't have more than 1 mule per patch, but still, he's got a lot of bases. He should be doing this. He's landing that orbital on a new base that should be muled like crazy. Disruptor takes down another ghost.
Oh my
gosh! No, that was so dangerous. He almost lost every ghost he had to 1 Nova, and he revenges it.
Probes are transporting to the upper left for herO as he continues to mine ByuN's bases by right, I suppose. ByuN drops a ton of mules on this 2 mineral patches.
Too much, too many mules, ByuN.
I hope he mules. I hope he mules that fresh patch. The Terran is going for a drop in the upper left. That base is very undefended, except for a cannon and a battery, which won't do squat against 3-3 Terran bios. So it is good to see ByuN getting aggressive. He's scanning herO's army non-stop, so he knows exactly where the Protoss is, thanks to those million orbital commands. And that is a nice move by ByuN, getting that drop-off.
Can't ever argue about a drop. Excellent job for sure, but it's still 71 to 38 workers in favor of herO here. He is on
so
fire.
many
DT's gonna clean this up,
DTs.
but so many scans though. I don't know. All these orbitals. hero's like, how many orbitals do you have?
This is one of the most. This is like ByuN just woke up this morning and decided to be an absolute goof. He's like, I'm gonna.
What explain what's going on here?
Change
herO gets the
Starcraft.
win.
Because all those
gonna
games I was winning were wrong. Oh my
Gonna
god.
change the meta in StarCraft 2 in the year 2025 for PvT. The SOOP Live number 10. Don't mind me. Man, Phoenix did come through with a $10 donation out there on the match arena like the absolute
Man
stud
of
that he
his
is.
word.
He certainly is. Those Canadians, man, you can trust them. Thanks to people for using the coupon code. We got Thorn969. We got Smaroof68. Did it twice, like you can do on 2 separate accounts, apparently. John Solo, Phoenix, Dragon Force. A lot of people using that coupon. There's 2 of them you can use out there on the match arena. So again, that throws money at the players, not at myself or LaughNgamez. So if you're worried about that, it goes right to ByuN, herO, right? SHIN gets some of it. And obviously Creator, because he's in the finals. So
Yeah, I think it's time for ByuN to go back to playing TVP in a standard fashion.
enough shenanigans. Thank you very much. Wow. So we're on Ultra Love for game number 3 of this wild and crazy StarCraft series. Bottom left, herO.
And in the upper right, it is ByuN.
All right, ByuN. I don't think we need to build quite as many orbitals today.
I mean, like, I'm okay with late game Terran, but it's just such an odd style.
Totally was.
And, like, he was trading okay against herO. Like, last I checked, it was like 27,000 resources lost against like 28,000 or something. So he was trading okay. But then just as far as like army composition, he's like, I don't need to drop my 15 mules that I can. Who needs to fight maxed out? I don't know.
Just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what his endgame plan was there exactly. It's just, and I loved all the splash damage that herO had, man. He had Colossus, he had Disruptors, he had Psystorm, he had Archons, he had every piece of it. He had carriers in the mix just for the fun of it. And that SCV's gonna die. No, gets saved by friend SCV. Ah, best buddies. Best buddies in the world. He's like, let me take this job over for you, man. You go back. You go back. It's not safe out here for you. I'll do it. And the probe's like, where did he go? Well, you're not the one. You're not the injured one. What are you doing? Yeah, probe scouting here. No proxies here from ByuN. No proxies here from herO. herO's playing it, you know, pretty standard. As much as you want to be, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he did have like 30 zealots in a mothership in the previous match, which is...
That's the play.
I guess you can call that standard in this day and age. I don't know. When ByuN's playing the way that ByuN was playing, it's like, oh, what do you do?
Nukes. Obviously nukes. All right, kiddos, what do we got? Man, herO's up 2-1 in a best of 5. Our second best of 5. The first series was insane. This series has been insane. I don't know what's gotten into the heads of StarCraft players recently. Good grief.
I don't know,
I mean,
but
I'm entertained. I'm not complaining.
Oh, definitely.
Mind you. Yeah.
we do have double Reapers on the way for ByuN with a Hellion follow-up, and so this isn't just the 2 Reapers and a Hellion. It's going to be 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions, which can definitely get work done against a Protoss player. If herO moves out with his Adept, it can be caught, and then all of a sudden you're trying to defend with like a Stalker and another Adept as the Protoss, so We'll see if herO is going to get caught with this or not. He did invest in a battery on the high ground, which is a very mature decision. I'm a big fan of that. It's nice and far forward, so it's actually going to help out tremendously against this. And that's probably just based off of what herO scouted. Like, he saw the racks, the double gas, the factory timing.
Yeah, all lining up real nice here. Banshee's getting fired up. Cloak there, too.
Whoa, that's like distorting my screen.
I know, me too.
We're too close to the black hole. We're getting sucked in.
Abort, abort, run. Very, very fun map. A lot of weird stuff to look at, for sure. All right, Banshees, what do you got? You swinging down this way for?
Man, there is a lot of black holes on this map.
Uh-huh.
Like 1, 2. I like how there's the big one in the center.
Yep. There's a red, cool, scary one.
Is there any more?
Amon's in that one.
Pardon my
Oh gosh, the
observing.
Reapers, no. We were distracted by how shiny and neat this map is.
The map maker's like, excellent.
Yeah, like that's what I wanted. Distracted players and observers.
Okay, now ByuN does have this Banshee moving on in. There isn't an observer in position to deal with this, so it's going to be that situation of can ByuN get good damage done while also holding on against the Stalkers. herO elects to use the recall, which is going to take the pressure completely off of ByuN, which is quite nice as the Terran.
Yeah, 4 probes die, and a lot of time bought on the other side. Banshees are pretty good against adepts, it turns out, in case you didn't know. You know, little-known tips and tricks here.
Not an interaction we see too often, that's for sure.
No. Guess who's back into Disruptors and Colossus, though. herO is ready to go there. Charge 2. Really got him to the finish line in the last game. A lot of these buildings. A lot of this tech. All right, herO. Let's do some plans. Third base. Warp Prism, Blinkstalker, shenaniganry.
He does have quite a high number of Blink Stalkers. Now ByuN's got a good amount of bio positioned. herO blinks forward. He's going to micro with the Prism now that Blink is on cooldown. The tank is getting some good shots off, though, and there was enough bio for ByuN to hold on. And then that second Banshee comes on in and is able to get 5 probe kills and maybe take a Stalker with it. No, not quite. ByuN targets down 1 more probe.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to lose a Stalker there or a probe in that situation if you have to choose?
Yeah.
Tough one. Probably the probe.
Yeah, I think the probe. He's on 3 nexus. He can replace it.
Yeah, good call. Chrono Boost is great. Love these 2 Stalkers being like, let me in. Bop, bop, bop. And doing some more Blink Stalkery shenanigans over here, but too much bio inside the main base. Blinking into the natural bases herO, though, while that Warp Prism heads on out. Stalker is causing all sorts of issues in the natural base. 3 SCVs go down, and then they just blink the heck on out of there. See you later, alligator. Get some shots off. They want to get the supply depot, force a repair on it, I think. Or kill it. That'd be nice, too. Sure. Kill a supply depot. Supply block ByuN. Oh, never mind. Did he call that emergency supplies? He must have.
I don't.
He went from supply block to like super not supply block.
I think he
really fast.
might have had a depot finishing. Maybe. I don't see any emergency ones.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe a command center finish. Either way, cool. Extended thermal lance coming in, +1, and combat shield on the way from ByuN.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, okay. And it ups the HP to 500 too. Ooh.
Right, and then it does
patch.
the instant repair too, doesn't it?
Yes, which is very cool.
Yeah, ByuN should have dropped it on the one that was getting shot.
That's true. Could have saved it. All right, 3 warp gates on the way. We've got more Vikings. We have ourselves some Widow Mines. A Ghost Academy's coming in too. because ghosts are the linchpin to everything Terran is doing in 2024 and 2025 and 2023 and 2022. If you're not making ghosts, you're not winning high-level games of Starcraft. That is simply the case.
Yeah, we'll see if ByuN's just going to be weirdly passive this game. Or herO is going to force him into the defense as the Protoss player comes on in. ByuN's got to dodge a disruptor. But he is bullied off his third. The Vikings are unfortunately having to fly over the Stalkers. And so many SCVs go down to massive swipes.
Yeah, beautiful control there with the force field and the Colossus attacks there. That was sick. Yeah, herO's like, okay, I'll take that damage. We'll fall back a little bit, add some more to this, come back in again. Disruptor shot, big. Doesn't one-shot Marauders anymore.
Thank gosh
I know we said
for
that already,
ByuN.
but man, it's big. Like, I don't know why they needed to nerf Disruptors. Like, who on earth was like, man, Protoss is overpowered, we better hurt them.
Yeah, from a balance perspective, I say they didn't need a nerf. From a gameplay design perspective, I say the Disruptor is a terribly designed unit and makes StarCraft unfun. But
ooh. So you're in favor of getting rid of the Disruptor?
Yeah.
Because, like, changing it so it doesn't one-shot Marauders anymore doesn't do anything for your problem. Right? The fact that you consider it to be an unfun unit?
I mean, just to play, because it's like, I don't know, have it losing like 30 supply to one Disruptor.
Right. Same problem with Widow Mines.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. People have been saying Widow Mines are no fun to play against for ages.
Yeah.
Now, ByuN does hold on. He's just hanging out on 3 bases, building a 4th. As herO bullies him with that Disruptor. With the Zealots ready to pounce on in. Does he have 30 Zealots again? No, he's got 21.
Hey, close enough. I would argue that is close to 30. Alright, ByuN. herO's out-expanding you like crazy, which he needs to do to win. So it's nothing too insane. But you've been pinned back for a while. You've been really defensive today in a weird way.
Yeah, like, as far as this situation goes, like, I'm okay with ByuN sitting and hoping herO eventually overextends, or ByuN takes a great engagement like he just did now, does a decent job splitting against the Disruptors there, but he's got to capitalize on this, because you can't just sit on 3 bases and...
No, we're gonna... herO's got... He is throwing up a 6th base right now. To 3. Alright, ByuN, this has got to be a move out. No, he's falling back. He's just... I don't know what that SCV's trying to do. What's up, SCV? Zealots not getting a nice flank there. Stalkers have to blink away. ByuN's army is still so scary to engage with.
Does need to move out, like...
He's getting a 4th base, but I don't think that's enough.
No, like, herO's... Like you said, he's getting a 6th.
Yeah. Like, basic math is telling us that herO is going to be way ahead here. Man's getting DT blink.
Okay, now this could be a great engagement for ByuN. He's dodging the Disruptors incredibly well. Vikings take care of the Colossus. Now herO does still have his boatload of Zealots. Disruptors get some decent connections, enough to make ByuN pause.
Yeah, Medevac's getting sniped down there too. Army value is 195. herO's got the better economy. With that worker count, with that extra Nexus count here, he is going crazy, making 6 probes at a time and sending out little blink DT charge lot attack groups. I kind of love it.
Yeah, and look at this.
Trouble. That's a cancel on the planetary if ever
4
I saw one.
fresh mules being wasted there.
Yeah, base not providing any value at all right now for ByuN. And I mean, he's playing it well. He's got the upgrades. He's microing exceptionally well here, but that 4th base is still continuing to not happen.
Yeah, he's 3 base against 6.
Ugh.
The math ain't mathing, that's for sure.
82 to 68 total workers in favor of our Protoss guy, herO. Yeah, hero's like, look, man, if you're going to hang out like this, we can definitely expand a million times. Nova shots, not all of them are winners, but they're getting some connections. Nevertheless, Chargelot's getting deep into the main base here, catching an EMP, trying to hack through that wall. Meanwhile, DTs are in the
Oh my
third base,
gosh,
going to
so
town.
many. All the
ByuN.
SCVs are dying. GG.
herO,
That was
3-1 victory in the series.
not a good showing from ByuN.
No, not so much. Especially that last game. That was the one that was really problematic. A lot of questions about what he was doing exactly. Why so defensive on 3 bases for so long? Why the 4th base was late? Just letting herO expand wherever he wants. Very crazy stuff.
Yeah,
So you know what that means? No, sorry, go ahead.
No, just you are right. You can't let herO do that.
Really can't let anyone do that.
No,
If anybody's taking 6 bases
exactly.
on you when you're sitting on 3, you're going to die.
Like, you have to attack to win StarCraft 2. ByuN did not attack in that series at all, it seemed. It's like he was doing like the no attack challenge or something.
Right. Like someone had specifically challenged his manhood and was like, can you beat herO without attacking him?
Yeah.
Don't get it. So our finals today is going to be Creator versus herO, a PvP best of 7 finals. Should be insane. Looking forward to it. If it's anything like the previous games you've had today, you're not going to want to miss it. So thanks for hanging out. Click the Match Arena link into the chat here. Sign up. Get a SOOP Live account. Click that follow button for LaughNgamez. Click the thumbs up on this particular stream. Do all that stuff. Support local StarCraft. Support StarCraft in 2025.
Yeah. 2025 and beyond, hopefully. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with our finals.
Uh-huh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of the wait. It is time for our finals with these two very, very good Protoss players.
Yeah, gonna be a PvP best of 7 finals. Creator and herO, two of the best Protoss players in the world right now. Super high level. Game 1's gonna be on Frostline here.
Let me make sure I got that scene switcher on. You guys don't want to look at our face. You want to see some Starcraft. There we go.
In the top right of Frostline, a snowy map appropriate for January. It is herO.
And in the bottom left, it is Creator.
All right, man. herO's probably favored here, but the way Creator's playing today, the way he was able to reverse sweep SHIN,
Yeah.
makes me feel pretty confident about him. He's doing all right.
You think we're going to get some Mass Phoenix?
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
man.
I don't. It's a Korean PvP, so I feel like it may be a little bit less likely.
Probably.
But I will never forget that series.
I tried to forget that series. But it's impossible.
Right. So in PvP, there isn't too much. Well, there is variation with the openings, but as far as like the opening goes, it's usually double gas, double gate.
Right.
We may see one of these guys try and go for like a crazy Nexus first or whatever.
Right.
But
doubtful.
Fairly doubtful, yes.
Yeah, pretty dangerous, honestly, to try to pull that off. So yeah, production tabs are mirrored. They're getting cyber cores. They're getting their gas. They're going to have stalkers. They're going to have sentries. Maybe some zealots once they have charge. They'll be pretty good in that situation.
Yeah.
That's right, John Solo. Protoss is back. Protoss final.
How about that?
Amazing. Nor ByuN, nor SHIN could stop this from happening. Incredible. Stargate from Creator.
Yeah.
What's herO working on? Come on,
I think
herO,
it's
get
gonna
some
be a
higher tech for
Stargate.
us.
No, just a couple of extra stalkers, so
Yeah. You know what's really good against Stargate units?
things that shoot up.
Stalkers. Yep.
Yeah.
Stalkers are great against Stargate units, no matter what they are. Blink Stalkers are fantastic. Oop. Cancelled. The annoyance is over.
Creator is going to try and catch herO off guard with these two adepts, sending them right across the map. It's a bit of a gamble, but going for adepts flows quite nicely when it comes to opening with Stargate, because Stargate costs lots of gas, whereas adepts do not. And it's going to be an Oracle on the way for Creator, so he really is going for those weaker units. The two adepts, the Oracle, those are not going to help out against 4 stalkers. The adepts do shade across the map, though. And
sentry trapped.
yeah, this is problematic for Creator.
Yeah, 100%. These 4 stalkers are mean right now. Oracle gets picked
Womp.
off. The adepts are dying.
GG.
Ugh. Yeah. Just a couple extra stalkers, man. Can make all the difference in a PvP. Absolutely insane win there. That's all it took. 2 extra stalkers. You got the sentry trap on those poor adepts on the other side of the map. And that is a GG for game numero uno. Looks like we're going to Amygdala for game number 2. Creator's got to shake that loss off. It's a best of 7 series, man. Like, this is not something where one loss is going to murder you forever. So,
Yeah, very much a build order loss from Creator.
yeah, it happens. Trying to go for that expand was maybe a mistake as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like going for 4 adepts into an Oracle is literally saying, hey, I'm not going to make anything that kills stalkers.
right, looks like everyone's in the lobby. We're on Amygdala. I like how one of the screenshots for this map in the lobby is just like a wide shot of a space station. I like it. Because, yeah, it's a space station map. It's in space. Which logically doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's cool. All right, top right of Amygdala. He's blue. He's creator.
And in the bottom left, it's herO. Representing, I believe it's Weeboo Gaming? Or, let me check.
For herO?
Yeah. Yeah, Weeboo Gaming.
Weeboo.
Representing Weeboo Gaming and himself with that portrait.
Also part of Weeboo Gaming, a bunch of Chinese players, like Oliveira.
Yeah.
And Enchant. Dark used to be on the team. Sue used to be on the team, but they're gone. Sue left it back in December. I guess that's... He retired.
He did, yeah.
That's what happened.
Which is unfortunate, but...
It is.
Such is
He
life.
got his win. Yeah, and he got his premier win, which is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dark teamless right now? What the heck?
I think he might be.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the World Team League is disbanding because it will possibly cost us some of those Chinese teams.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's annoying.
I mean, at the same time, the reason for the World Team League disbanding was because players weren't playing in it because they were being picked up on teams for the Esports World Cup because Esports Org wanted the Starcraft points.
True.
So it's like lose teams for players to gain teams for players, but then also lose a team league. Net negative.
Yeah, definitely. That's some basic math right there.
Maybe better for the players if they're getting like those gigantic Cloud9 salaries like some of the players are, but
yeah, they seem to be doing just fine. All right, so this game is both players going for an expansion at about the same time here. I mean, both players are getting sentries, which are more defensive units than offensive at this stage, so definitely a game that's not going to be over in 3 minutes like the last one was. And there we go, Robo from Creator and a Twilight from herO. So we've split things up a little bit in the tech choices at least.
yeah, this could be Creator building to a push down the line as he... I get suspicious anytime a Protoss has 3 sentries, which Creator's going for, and a Robo, because I get the feeling it's going to be an Immortal and a Prism. And maybe a bit of a push. However, he does fire up a Forge, so maybe not.
Yeah, looking pretty passive. Good old Blink. Standard for defense, standard for offense. Nobody ever says no to Blink at all. All these sentries remind me. I watched a game from Lag TV, Life's a Glitch TV, a Starcraft 2 channel that pretty much back, I think. They disappeared for a while, but they seem to be back now.
Yeah, they have been posting lots of stuff. They
yeah. There was a game they posted. It was a PvP where one dude went mass sentries. It was the craziest PvP, man.
Oh, that's great.
It worked way better than it should have.
Yeah, Lag TV is an interesting case because, like, for years and years and years, they're like, oh, StarCraft's dead. And then they started making content again, hired an editor and a thumbnail, someone that does thumbnails for them, and it's like, oh, we're getting views again.
Huh. Yeah, they're getting a lot of views on their shorts as well, which I think is helping them. So
Yeah.
I like them. I just like their chemistry. They get along. They're funny guys.
Yeah, I
That's right.
used to watch
Maximus Black and Nova War.
I used to watch their podcast quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
However, then they'd argue quite a bit. It would get a little heated, and I just found that not enjoyable.
Yeah, because when they're casting, they always get along.
Yeah, definitely. When I was talking about more IRL stuff, they're on very different political spectrums, and so there was some bitterness and stuff.
Yep, definitely not as fun to listen to. Yeah, I guess Nova War got married, and so it's like he's trying to pay off this like debt he went into for the wedding.
Oh, really?
So that's one of the reasons they came back. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of funny. Real life, man. Good times.
Yeah, that would be interesting to hear about their perspective on that, but yeah, I don't know about going into debt for a wedding.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm getting married here sometime soon, and I ain't gonna be going into debt for it.
Nice. Resonating Glaives getting fired up from Creator. Interesting choice in a PvP.
Yeah. But this is just an interesting PvP all around because they're macroing.
Yep. It's pretty rare to get a 4th base in a PvP. And we are heading so fast for it.
Okay, now Creator, he fires up 5 gateways. And the Resonating Glaives, but I guess the Glaive Adepts are going to be good against charge lots. Which
pretty
is
good, yeah.
Quite the anti-hero play, because the man does love charge lots, so...
Absolutely, and Creator knows this.
The hallucinated Phoenix. There's nothing that can be done.
Nope, can't stop that. Can't stop, won't stop it. Look, a 4th base, warp it in, halfway done here. Creator either has to move out and do something or take his own 4th base somewhere.
And he's going to be moving out because he's warping in more and more adepts. He's got 19 adepts.
I mean, okay.
Like, look at the supply. It's 37 to 71.
I know, but there aren't any zealots for these adepts to counter. This is a disaster for Creator.
No, they can just tank against the stalkers. It'll be fine. Okay,
yeah.
-1 sentry, but look at this. He's got 4 immortals to kill the stalkers, and the adepts will just swarm everything else, I guess. This is comical, and herO did completely over macro. Like, he's got a 4th base, and...
Yeah. But the longer he has the 4th base, the better it is for him.
It's
great. Force
true.
fields, insane force fields. All the immortals are stuck on the other side of the force fields. The adepts are like, we'll fight you. No, there's a gap in the left side.
Okay, but the immortals are shooting probes in the Nexus. Now herO warps in some zealots, and he's like, oh, those are just dying.
Wait, what? Why am I doing that? So pings the shields on the immortals, a little bit easier to kill when that happens. Archon taking down the sentries, just right up in each other's grills here. Are these adepts going to finish that shade? No.
But now all the immortals are dead because hero's a smart Protoss who targeted them down. Okay, there's one that survived and another one came forward, so the third does die. Creator's now warped in slow zealots because he's got so much minerals but no gas. And...
what is this build?
Regardless...
Resonating Glaives in a PvP.
Yeah, it turns out when herO goes for a greedy 4th base, you can kill him with whatever you want, it seems.
Yeah, sure seems.
And then the zealots got warped in, and the adepts just killed him. It's like Protoss's panic reaction to warp in zealots.
But not when there are, adepts slinging around orange disc.
Yeah, that is comical.
Wow. This has been the weirdest.
It's a weird day.
I think. Every series has been weird in some way.
Yeah. That was something, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I've never seen anything like it before. PvP is delivering craziness, says John. Definitely. Definitely truth. All right, looks like we're on Whispers of Gold for the next map here. herO's pick, because he did lose that last map. We just kind of alternate based on loser picks. So Whispers of
Yeah.
Gold, pretty fun map.
Yeah,
Map features a simple 4-base setup that opens up once the rocks are destroyed.
The map pool is pretty good at the minute. And just the fact that there's 9 maps is awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And the extra vetoes makes it so you're not hating everything. There are still terrible maps in 3v3 right now, though.
Oh, yeah, the team maps are just garbage, but that's been that way forever.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I've been able to veto the bad ones in the past, but
that's true.
Anymore, there are so many bad ones.
We'll have to play 3v3 sometime or something.
Yeah.
I always see you on, and I'm like, oh, I should see if I can get an invite.
Yeah, you should play with us sometime. That'd be fun.
All right. And here we are in the bottom right, representing Weeboo Gaming. It's herO.
And in the top left, it's our blue guy. He's Creator. All right, what do we got here, guys? What insanity do we have in store this time?
I just love Creator's choice for that last match.
And it worked! Like, it would have been amazing if it hadn't worked.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I mean,
wow, what a build.
I'd have been, probably would have been shitting on Creator so hard.
I know, but we would have appreciated the effort, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally fun.
Creator just likes adepts. Like, he beat SHIN in that game where he just made mass adepts, and adepts are good, says Creator.
Bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers.
Hey, Goliath. Guys, Goliath's made it into Starcraft too.
They sure did. Look at them. Ready to go. I mean, they're in the campaign.
Yeah.
They're pretty good in the campaign.
Everything's good in the campaign.
That's true. That's why it's fun to play the campaign.
Yeah, that's the beauty of that.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to replay that at some point again in the future.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely had a lot of fun getting all the achievements.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think I got all of the achievements in StarCraft 2. Beat it on Brutal, got the achievements. It wasn't fun sometimes.
No, there was a couple that were quite difficult. And unfortunately, you can't really get all the StarCraft 2 achievements anymore.
Oh.
Because they got rid of FFAs in matchmaking, and so there was achievements for that.
Oh.
Well, I think one was probably like win like 250 FFAs or something.
Right.
And then there's like an arcade one. It's called like the Iron Chef or whatever. In which you have to play like this totally dead arcade game and get like this random thing off, which is just not going to happen. Anyway, Creator finds herO's proxy.
Which is crazy. It was so far away. That was amazing.
And Creator lets 2 adepts into his base, which is not good. Oh gosh, this is a disaster. He gets a big win in finding the proxy, and then he gets a big loss in losing all of his probes. GG.
Okay.
Close your door, guys, or someone's gonna come into your house and kill you.
You know, there's something justice about that, where adepts are killing a bunch of probes because your door wasn't closed all the way, right? Like, at least it happened to Protoss. If it happens to Terran or Zerg, you're like overpowered, stupid adepts.
Yeah,
totally
that's why
happens against
PvP
Protoss,
is
and
so
you're like,
fun. It's like a no holds barred cage map. Creator says, I was planning to buy a battery.
Oh, Irish Chef. Yeah. John Solo says he has that one.
Oh.
Phoenix says there's also a one where you had to get kills with the Hunter Seeker Raven Hunter Seeker, which doesn't do damage anymore.
I probably have that one.
Sounds like something you'd have.
I did it. I masked ravens. It was the best days.
I mean, pretty fun. Can't really blame you for it. Translate this discussion. What are you guys talking about? Just made it. I think they got 3 robo. It must have been really worthwhile. It was very worth it.
How are you translating this?
With Google Lens.
Oh, okay.
I became a country, hero says. Sometimes it doesn't translate very well. King's Play creator map pick says left. Oh, that translated just fine. Thanks. Neon
King's
at
Cove.
Kings. There you go. Kings. Just build a pallet. Just build a pallet. Translation is really struggling with the Starcraft terms. Might be done before midnight. I mean, it's midnight where I am.
It could, yeah, it's not quite midnight where I am, but it could go either way.
Yeah. PvPs are generally shorter than other matchups. Like we've seen twice today already, but... Ooh. All right, King's Cove, another older map brought back to life for our entertainment and enrichment.
All right.
Yes, the bottom right of King's Cove. A beachy map. It's herO. Want to know what herO looks like? There he is.
And in the upper left, it's creator. Is King's Cove another old map?
Yep.
Yeah.
2019. Not as old as Abyssal Reef, but pretty old.
It's quite similar to Abyssal Reef, though.
It is. Yeah, just the whole beach motif. We've got the sand everywhere and the water and...
Yeah, the base layouts and stuff,
float
too.
Up when it dies. Yeah, base layout certainly. It's a bigger map than Abyssal Reef, you can tell.
It's like Abyssal Reef Plus.
Uh-huh. Definitely inspired by Abyssal Reef, I would say. Kid's been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals on the PlayStation lately.
Oh, okay. Is that game good, or?
He says it's good.
What sort of game is it? Is it an FPS
It's a
or
5v5 hero shooter?
Oh, okay, so it's the Marvel Overwatch.
Correct. Marvel Overwatch. Got a pretty fun roster going. There's a comics-only character named Jeff the Land Shark.
Oh, that's cool.
It's been in some Deadpool comics. And it's a shark with like 4 legs, because it's a land shark.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel definitely has the depth of characters to make a game like that. Creators stole hero's gas, by the way, and then canceled it.
Hilarious. Huge roster. They're adding the Fantastic Four here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Mm-hmm, certainly.
Because, like, there's been pretty big promotions to promote that game, hasn't there? Like, I keep seeing it. I'm like, is this game actually good and people like it, or is it just being promoted to the high heavens?
Yeah, I think it's got a pretty big player base right now. We'll see if they can keep it going. That's always the trick. But, I mean, it's, you know, hop on and give it a try. I imagine you'll find a lobby in no time.
Yeah, oh, probably, yeah. I'm old. I don't play new games, though.
Ah, well, there you go. That's an obstacle.
I play game. I just beat Stronghold Crusader, which I don't know if you've ever played that.
Nope.
But I think that's like 98 or 99 or something.
Nice.
Maybe a little. It's around there anyway. And then I played Heroes of Might and Magic 5
Awesome.
the other day. Had to uninstall it because it was gaming too much. And that's from 2005. So yeah, I don't play new games.
Stronghold Crusader is 2002. Good
Oh,
grief.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a very, very fun
Looks
take on
fun.
RTS. Like it's yeah, it's a really interesting and unique game, and it's still got like a fairly alive community, not like multiplayer or anything, but
Yeah. There's people playing it and talking about it online and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Hey, guess what's really good against oracles? Not hallucinated phoenixes.
I mean, knowing is half the battle, so Stalkers shoot those oracles away. And then 2 adepts come on in. We'll see if they can get anything done. However, Stalkers already get shots on them. And one of those is actually going to die. Creator tries to turn it around on herO and takes, well, an adept for a Stalker and some damage on the Oracle, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Ah, not a terrible trade. Star Wars Empire at War is a good RTS from the 90s, says Phoenix. It's on Steam. I have it. A bunch of like Star Wars packs on Steam.
There's
They're like,
so
"Here's
much
10
Star Wars
games
media.
for $5. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I still have to play, what's the really popular old one? KOTOR? Knights of the Old Republic?
Ooh, yeah, KOTOR's great. I already played through KOTOR last year and KOTOR 2 for the first time. That was fun.
Are they remastering that, or?
They were, and then they went radio silent on it, and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So I'm not counting my chickens on that one. Proxy creator. What you gonna proxy, guy? Yeah, Phoenix. I mean, if there had been any talk about it at all, I'd be like, yeah, they're remastering KOTOR. But it's been so quiet for like 2 years now. Yeah, I think KOTOR holds up. It's not a huge game. It doesn't take that long to get through.
Okay, if it holds up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a go.
All right, creator's on the move out.
Yeah, he's got Blink,
got
so can try and poke herO, but hero's got a battery and an immortal, so
and a hallucinated immortal, very cool.
Very cool
Will
indeed.
probably trick creator here.
I'd love to see creator warp in a few zealots and have them buffer against this.
Yeah, Guardian Shield is so good against these stalkers for sure.
Yeah, like if herO warped in, or if creator warped in like 2 zealots here, I'd really like that. Now there is a real immortal coming forward. However, creator has a boatload of stalkers. He blinks on the prism, gonna blink on the immortals, but he's splitting his fire, so one of them stays alive a little longer than it should thanks to the battery. And it stays alive for so darn long.
Shield batteries, good stuff.
That, yeah, GG. Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if that was necessarily game over, but yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, I mean, herO was up about 10 workers there, which is not the end of the world, but still tough to come back from. Whitey24 in chat asks, oh, did you see that?
Yes, I did. I believe you can watch the VODs on SOOP instantly.
Nice.
You should be able to. If not, let me know. Yeah, you can watch the replays right away. And then they'll be on YouTube, but it's going to be a while before it makes its way to my YouTube.
I mean, we're talking hours, not like days, right?
I just queue it up as a video, so like it's actually like the one from 2 weeks ago is actually just going up today because I've actually got a bit of a backlog on videos right now.
Ah, okay. I gotcha.
I'm trying to build a backlog, so.
Okay. So yeah, so SOOP's probably the best place to go then.
Yeah, definitely.
Kids in the other room screaming at Marvel Rivals right now.
Gamer!
He really is. He's like playing on a team with his buddies in real life. And
Oh,
just,
that's good.
Screaming at him. Yeah. Good times. All right, Neon Violet Square. Let's see if we get an actual game out of this. Top side of NVS. It's herO. He's up. 3, 2, 1.
And in the bottom right, it's Creator. I appreciated the, like, yeah, that push could have, like, had he microed that right, I think there's a good chance. But he did not. And then I think herO overcharged his battery, so it had even more healing on the Immortal, so it survived literally as long as possible.
Yeah, that Immortal should have died several times.
Because, yeah, like, herO didn't seem to have that much stuff. He was investing in a 4th Nexus, and just... yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. This series really has been a lot of sudden deaths. Just, oh, he's dead. He's dead.
All right. 2 gates for both players. Both players with 20 probes. Both players working on their cyber cores. Creator's a little bit ahead on that, but nothing that's going to make too much of a difference. Probe mineral game. Creator's trying to win it. Oh, goes and attacks him. Get out of here. Nobody likes you playing the mineral game.
Probe doing probe stuff.
The block is annoying, but he's going to have to give up on it. There you go. Throws the pylon down, gets out of there. herO going Stargate. We've seen Phoenix do some work today. We've seen Oracles do some work today as well. PvP shenanigans are definitely afoot here. That probe needs to get going. Cancels, throws another one up. What the heck? Why? I don't understand why he didn't just leave the first pylon up. Why'd he cancel it and then throw this one up instead? Very confused.
Well, I think it was about to finish, so he'd have lost the cancel.
Oh, yeah, I guess. He wanted the cancel available.
Yeah.
Fair. Look at the stalker go through. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, and just straight through. Like, why? I don't know. Pathing. It really puts the pathing to the test. Interesting. Stalker Adept versus 2 Stalkers Zealot. Yeah, 2 Stalkers will beat 1 Stalker every day of the week, and then twice on Tuesdays. Adept gets the shade up into the main base. Dude, Adept got in there, though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was. Oh, did it not? I thought it got in.
The wall. The wall.
Yeah, looks like it did get walled off. Nicely done, herO. Right on top of it. Both players getting Twilight Councils at about the same time. Could see a big Blink Stalker versus Blink Stalker type battle happening. We could see Creator going for Resonating Glaives again, like the
I want to see Mass Adepts again.
Gotta see if it'll work again against herO. What herO would do differently against it? Because he didn't have Zealots. Right? I thought for sure he'd be fine with the Stalkers.
Yeah,
with the
it's
Sentries
just
throwing up.
It's
Anyway.
actually so funny because, like, anything that is stalkers aren't good against traditionally, you make zealots against.
Right.
But then neither stalkers or zealots are good against adepts, so it's like, what you gonna do? Unless you can make archons or something, or whatever, I do not know. I do like the Oracle from herO. And a very quick third on the way for the blue Protoss, making use of that backwards expansion.
Yeah, not as many minerals there, but, you know, it's safe. So
Toss.
you can save it for later if you want, but you can go for it early if you want to.
Toss can make good use of all the gas from that base.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I do hope Creator matches this at some point for his own sake. He actually takes the outer one.
Oh. I mean, there's more resources there, so that's going to be a benefit if that's what his third base is versus herO's third base. So that's cool.
I really just like the Oracle from herO. It's giving him great map control.
Yeah.
Creator's always got to keep a stalker or two at home, or else the blue Protoss will find damage somewhere.
We'll swing right on in, start murdering.
Yep. Oracles are very
even
nasty.
Stasis' 3 stalkers, beautiful. Okay, 26 to 21 army supply in favor of Creator here. +1 attack is getting fired up a little bit faster from herO. Also getting a Robo Bay. So we could see some Immortals versus Creators, just kind of heavier gateway unit style. Again, a couple Immortals can be insane, as we saw in the last game.
A very passive PvP as these two players build up. Creator is going for that 4th Nexus. One on the way for both players. Charge for Creator. Whereas herO is going for the Robo, for 2 Robos and a Robo Bay. So it's either going to be Colossus or Disruptors.
Feeling Disruptors. There we go. Fires up a Disruptor. And, wait, nope, cancels it. Goes Colossus instead. Tricked me. Huh. Yeah, Colossus Extended Thermal Lance coming in as Creator heads out across the map. Pretty big map. Tons of places to expand. Like, so many places to expand. +1 ground weapons finishes up from herO, so he does have that advantage over Creator right now. Stasis is getting picked off. herO getting a 4th base down this left side as Creator takes his own base at the back. So both players getting into 4 bases, just kind of taking different routes to get there. Templar Archives getting fired up from herO too.
Yeah. herO's route seems a little better just because he is going to have Colossus and Disruptors. Creator finally throws up his own Robo Bay. Better late than never, though.
Definitely. We'll take it, as long as you don't die first. Yeah, both players just really macroing up here. We said it's pretty rare to see a 4-base situation in a PvP, but that's exactly what we're working on. Zealot, Colossus, Immortal, Archon. I mean, all this stuff's in herO's production tab right now. He's really getting a mixture.
I think herO's going for a timing, though. Like, he's only on 60 workers. He's making nothing but units.
Like, Extended Thermal Lance, +2 attack, charge, all of it?
Yeah, and this makes me a little bit concerned because Creator's going for a 5th base. He's making 2 Disruptors now. Like, he's got an army supply lead on herO, but the quality is much worse. Like, there's 10 Zealots, more Stalkers for Creator. If herO takes his time to attack, he'll be in a much more... Creator will be in a fine position, but if herO moves out sometime soon. Could be a little bit dicey. However, herO does go into making probes.
Yeah,
okay.
4 probes at a time. That +2 attack is finishing up. I don't think he's moving out anytime soon. We might just have a maxed out versus maxed out battle coming here at this rate.
Yeah. So that's actually really good for Creator if herO isn't attacking, which he isn't, because it means he, for the past couple minutes, has had a nice worker lead. He's got the much quicker 5th base. herO's isn't even started, whereas Creator's is done.
Yeah. What a weird game from herO.
Zealot's warping in with a Prism, however. Harassment like this is pretty much doomed to fail when there's nothing else going out on the map, because herO can just give his full attention to that.
Nothing to distract.
Creator, he's making more disruptors, so a very disruptor heavy composition, whereas herO has more immortals, more archons, and the Colossus as well, of course. So the army composition still seems to be superior for herO. And Creator's going to really need to make great use of these disruptors to do something about it.
All right. herO's going to start knocking down these rocks, or maybe taking an alternate path. Where's he going? He doesn't want to go through the Plinko machine. That's
Can archons even fit?
They do. It's so fun. Colossus even taking different paths. They doesn't feel like they should have to, but they do. All right, Disruptor blinked away. Nice dodge there coming in. Creator's kind of stuck on his own ramp a little bit. He doesn't want to come down. herO doesn't maybe want to take advantage of it here. A lot of Creator's units are kind of stuck. They're funneling out now, but kind of funneling a little bit. He's like created his own chokes, and that's not helping him right now, as herO's got a beautiful concave setup, being extremely cautious. The 3 Colossus getting excellent swipes off on everything here. Really good against the sentries in particular. Disruptor shots being shot out from time to time here by Creator, but easily dodged. herO doesn't want to overextend, loses a couple stalkers there, and Creator abandons the Nexus. All right. So Creator gets knocked down to 4 bases. herO is expanding down the left side to a 5th of his own right now. DT blinks on the way from Creator. I just think Creator's army was out of position there. Disruptor taking down Disruptor. Again, a bit of justice there here in the Wild West of Neon Violet Square. Disruptor shots getting tossed back and forth. 132 to 90 armor supply in favor of herO is massive. I don't think he wants to come up that ramp. He's okay harassing from the low ground to the high ground, which is, again, a weird way to do this, but it seems to be working out okay for him for now. And now a bit of a flank attack from Creator coming in. Charge lots of Archons coming in. The right side jumps in here too. Colossus are fighting the Archons. Not what they want to be doing here, but I'm not sure what other targets they have. It is Stalker versus Stalker. herO gets some more in here too. Creator's army value goes way up. 87 to 44 crushes that attack. herO's got to back out of there. What a beautiful surround by Creator. Unfortunately, it's 4 bases for Creator, 5 bases for herO, and Creator needs to get something done with this counterattack.
I apologize. How long has my mic been muted?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. I think my gooseneck pushed my mic button. So.
Ah. It was okay. I can solo cast. I'm good.
Yes, you definitely can. Okay.
All right. Creator has an even army supply right now, and he's trying to take down this 5th, blinking forward, trying to get some the huge
oh my gosh
shot. herO doesn't try to dodge that at all. Yo, that was like 10 stalkers. It was insane. But somehow herO's clinging to life.
15 kills.
Dude takes down the Immortal. Another Immortal joins the party. He is trying to hold on to this thing with everything he's got, and Creator is not expanding any further past this. This might be another game where Creator kind of dies on this side of the map.
Oh, a good blink. Both disruptors. Yes.
Wipes out both disruptors. Neither of them get a hit here. 44 to 40 army supply. herO's warping in more
stuff. So close.
He does have better income here right now because of that 5th base that we're fighting on right now. Whereas all the Creator's workers are on 4 total bases, which is an oversaturation.
Yeah, there's the reinforcements for Creator warping in. He's breaking down these rocks, so gonna try and attack in a different location. herO, being the menace that he is moving out with his stalkers instantly. Good dodge by Creator, saving that injured stalker, blinking it back. Both these guys are playing at a very high level. A disruptor on the high ground for herO is waiting. Creator anticipates that, though, is now moving forward with his own stalkers and observer. But pushing on in is going to prove to be a challenge for the red Protoss. He's still got a higher army supply, and he's warping in 3 Archons, so Creator is not giving up right now. He is going to be going for it relatively soon. And this is a formidable army.
Yeah, 92 to 79. A lot of Archons in the mix here. Disruptors getting hits onto the Archons, though, popping 2 of them immediately.
Yeah.
Starter stepping forward here. Disruptors getting sent back and forth. Another Archon gets popped by a Disruptor. Army Value goes even. It's really gone poorly for Creator in this situation, but the Stalker count's pretty hefty up on the top side. Disruptors to the bottom side, waiting for that cooldown. They want to get another shot off. Charge lots come in, and herO gets the win. Like I said, I think Creator had one more last hurrah on this side of the map, and he was going to tap out. So herO wins the series 4 games, 2-1 in our PvP Best of 7 finals. In one of the oddest Afrikas or SOOPs that I've cast with you over the years.
It really was just... it really was a very wacky match. Big thanks to all the players for coming on in and showing us some great games. I mean, SHIN versus Creator was definitely my favorite of the event, but we still had some fun PvP action between Creator and herO to wrap it up. And yeah, big thanks to everyone for tuning on in to the SOOP Starcraft Global number 10.
Yeah, it was a good time. We'll be back maybe in a couple of weeks here again. Join our Discord servers. Follow us out on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. We're out there too, just for more information on when these events will be. So check us out. Be here next time. Good turnout today. Thanks everyone for being here. And again, sign up for a SOOP Live account. Yeah,
the next one should be in about 2 weeks' time. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.